Hello, everyone, and welcome back to what is now episode 7 of Path of Legends. I almost said Spirits of Lightning, but you should watch that show too. Path of Legends is one of our Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play podcasts. This one is focused on Pathfinder adventure paths, starting with Triumph of the Tusk. I'm an orc. That's what orcs sound like, I think. All of them.
No, they sound like this.
Yeah.
they sound like a fucking Muppet. I was thinking of Ernie from Sesame Street.
If an orc walked up to me and started talking like that, I don't think I'd be able to keep my shit together. I'd feel really bad, but
You would commit a microaggression.
I can make this my voice. Guys, we need to hurry. The clan needs us.
Once I got used to it, though, I would love it. It's adorable for an orc.
It would be adorable for, like, a little kobold or something.
Make it happen. You can kill me. You have the power to kill me, to turn me into a kobold.
Lightning strikes and Duroc dies.
Yeah, there you go. I'm a monk kobold.
All right, but before we get into the adventure proper, first I want to say Abby is on her way. She had a hair appointment. And then she decided to go to the bakery. So she will be here when she gets here. So for the time being, the part of Trizlin will be played by yours truly. You can leave your votes at the end of the show as to who you think did it better.
Me.
But in the meantime, I want to talk about video games. I think
What are those?
some of us here have been known to play a video game on occasion. So why don't we talk about what y'all playing lately?
Oh, I have a new obsession that I've gotten on. Yeah.
Go ahead, Perky.
Fantasy Life.
Oh, yeah.
The new Fantasy Life? Yeah, I am properly
Fantasy
obsessed.
Life?
It's a level 5 RPG, and the original game was on 3DS. And the new
Tyler's
game
still
came out
on level
a couple
2,
weeks ago.
so...
Yeah, you hit me with that word, and I'm like, well, what's a level 5?
It's like
it's the studio
simulator.
that makes...
Yeah, it's the studio, the developer. But it's sort of like a simulator RPG.
It kind of looks like Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
But it plays way
It kind of looks like Maple Story 2.
Yeah, it's like a cross
kind
between...
of a mix. Yes.
Yeah. Like Maple Story and like new Animal Crossing with the crafting and stuff.
Yeah. And like the tree shaking.
I played way too much Maple Story in like freshman year of high school. I had to cut myself off from that game because I recognized that I was spending too much time on it.
I didn't ask that. Forced me to play Maple Story 2. Just to sit in town and play music, to farm updoots.
This just came out. I probably have an embarrassing amount of hours on it.
Yeah, I heard Fern gush about that game. And
I played 85 hours in the last 2 weeks.
I've been seeing y'all on Steam playing that game.
Yeah. We've been anticipating it for like 12 fucking years, basically.
Yeah.
The multiplayer game?
Yeah.
It can be.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not specifically. Some of the multiplayer aspects you can't do as much in multiplayer, but...
it's one of those games.
Yeah, it's like an RPG, and you can like hop into your friend's world and like run around and kill and mine and do stuff like that together.
It kind of makes sense what you can't do in multiplayer. I just feel like it would be hard to track in the multiple worlds and stuff like that.
It's like the original Stardew Valley mod, the multiplayer mod, where you just kind of hop in. You were basically work hands, or that just worked, and
fetch
then
me that pail of water.
Yeah, you really didn't do anything, and nothing you did impacted anything. I think now they actually progress together. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the multiplayer is mainly for like the groves, which is like dungeon almost, like dungeon crawling, and then like boss fighting and taking down boss. Still useful. I'm having a blast. It's adorable. I get to kill things and decorate my house and make clothes and kill things.
I like killing things.
I mean, in games though, in video games.
Yeah, in video
games. Minecraft.
Yeah, in video games. Minecraft. Yeah, we're talking. We're gonna specify that right there, though. I like killing things. Yeah, we're talking about video games, but me too.
I like when numbers go up.
Oh yeah.
I actually like it when they go down.
I'm a big fan of number go up.
Oh, that's why Tyler likes Magic the Gathering.
That's
I-
why. That's
Health
why
number
I'm.
go down.
No, Tyler does not like Magic the
I
Gathering.
can't get into
I
card
know.
games.
He doesn't
Numbers
like
go
complicated
so up.
game. I love Magic the Gathering. I don't love what Hasbro is doing with Magic of the Gathering, but I love the game itself.
But
I
you
like-
don't like Spider-Man in Standard?
I do not.
I like card games, but when they are like first released.
So you like One Piece.
Uh,
I'm just fucking with you.
We do have like quite a number of cards from the One Piece card game, but Tyler's too traumatized from the last time we tried to play Pokemon card game.
the last time we played, I was not in the best moment. I already had a headache, and I think that was a weekend. Was it a weekend? I think after we played us, I think it was a Sunday.
I don't remember.
And after we've had these sessions, I shut down completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like,
kind of do too. And
I think
Abby like finally wakes up after we finish playing. She's like, "Okay, it's time to clean the whole house." It's like, no, it really isn't.
I feel that when Perky was here, we played Commander for like 7 hours,
Oh, that's awesome.
like a 7 hour long freaking
What's that?
Commander game with 4 of us. It was fun.
what's Commander?
Commander
Was it
is a
7
format
hours?
of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah,
Oh,
where you
okay.
could play with a bunch of people.
I had a drink that tasted like marshmallow.
A drink that tastes like marshmallows? That sounds revolting.
We had
so good.
marshmallow vodka and
Vanilla Sprite.
vanilla Sprite.
Yeah, I just don't like the taste of marshmallows. That's my hot
Oh.
take for the day.
Uh,
I just don't think they
Wow.
taste very good.
I don't
Sarah
like
hates
the
whimsy.
texture of
Got it.
marshmallows.
Oh, you both hate whimsy. Damn. So do you like... Okay, Tyler. Serious question then. Do you like roasted marshmallows?
It has to be very burnt. I
I
like
do
my
actually.
marshmallows
I don't
black.
mind roasted marshmallows, but like
okay.
just
Common
Okay.
ground.
raw marshmallows,
Yeah,
freshly
like, I
picked.
I'll have to
fucking
show
hate
them my
these.
marshmallow.
Freshly picked.
I just don't like a lot of sugar.
Actually-
Is the thing. I don't have a sweet tooth.
Do you know what peeps are? Do they got peeps? in
All my teeth
Canada?
are sweet.
Yeah, we usually have them around Easter, but we got peeps. Yeah, we got peeps.
Okay.
I wish
okay,
I
'cause
didn't know.
I
What
know
peeps
some.
were.
I know some places
hate
in the world doesn't know what
peeps.
peeps are.
They're
I like
lucky.
the flavored. I like the various flavored
They're
peeps. I
lucky.
like to try them. The Kool-Aid ones were pretty good.
Kool-Aid. What the?
Yeah, and there were watermelon peeps that were good.
Ugh. Watermelon flavoring is
They're
so
like
gross.
They're like
Ugh.
sour. They've tasted like that gum that has zoo animals on it. That
Ooh.
tasted like fruit for like 2
Oh,
seconds.
I was here.
Aw, I was gonna
Are
play
you
my
talking about-
character. And
Are
do
you
a better
talking? Are you
job
talking
of
about
it.
those rolls? Like the rolls of gum?
No, it's. I have to find the name
Those
of this
are-
product.
No, but those are great.
I don't know what we're talking about.
The
Video
gum in the
games.
little circle packet that you like open it up and it's a roll of it. You could take a bunch out.
Nope.
Then you got the
oh my
gum
god, I
that's in
used to
the
have those
tin
in the
can.
rinks all the time.
Fruit
All I'm
stripe.
thinking, fruits. Yeah, it sounds vaguely familiar. The only thing I was thinking of was the bubble tape.
The Hubba Bubba. Yeah, the bubble tape. That's what we're talking. That's what I'm talking.
Yeah, I was talking
Hold
about
up
the
gum.
striped gum with zebras on it.
Oh, okay. Well, we were talking about video games, I think, at one point.
Yeah,
One
video
point.
games.
Tyler, what have you been playing?
Avowed.
Okay.
Tell us about it
It's an
and keep it short.
It's a spin-off of a popular RPG series, a CRPG series made by Obsidian, the creators of Fallout and
Oh yeah.
Fallout
Do they
Pillars.
make Fallout too?
yeah, Fallout 1, 2, well, kinda. Baldur's Gate 1. No. They made Baldur's Gate 2, and then they made Outer Worlds.
Your time's running out, and you haven't even told us about the game, Tyler.
Well, it's based in the
Pillars of
world of
Eternity.
Pillars of Eternity. They're one of their other games. It's a spin-off of it, and it's about it's kind of like a Phil's been comparing it. It's like a Skyrim clone,
Okay.
I mean,
Probably good then.
but with narrative.
yeah,
Actual
just in
narrative.
that Skyrim is, an open world first person fantasy RPG. I mean,
Yeah, But it actually has a really good narrative. Like, if you know the world of Pillars, it feels like a good mystery because you're trying to find out why an island is like just like growing fungus everywhere.
Usually it's a chemical issue
bad.
with the soil.
Usually, but they figured that it wasn't because it's making everyone hear funny things.
Oh, well, then you're dealing with like an elder god or something.
Yeah. We're thinking it's magic.
My bad.
And I have fungus growing on my face, but I'm not going crazy.
Also, marshmallows are delicious. You're wrong, Sarah.
That's okay. That's just my opinion. Just like you have the crazy, weird opinion that olives somehow taste good and
Yeah,
not
well,
like
so do a lot of
concentrated
Greek and
stomach
Italian
bile.
people. So
Okay, so let's take it back here a minute. We were talking about video games. I
Take it
have
back
been
now,
playing
y'all.
some very yoinky splinky stuff lately.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start with the normal thing I've been playing, which is I picked up the new remaster of Dragon Quest III, and I'm having fun with that. It's very much an old RPG because it's fairly bare bones, but not like it's not particularly hard so far. But it looks nice at least. I am a little disappointed that you can choose the gender of the main character, but it almost makes no difference because the sprites only differ in their hairstyle. And by differ in their hairstyle, you either have like straight standing up or kind of messy. And that's the only difference.
Do they even refer to you as a gender?
They do. Yeah, and
Do
it's
they?
funny
Okay.
because it's one of those things where they try to be like sensitive about it, where they don't say, choose your gender or, use gendered terms, but they still, the characters in the game still use gendered terms. So like, it's like,
So
you
I
haven't
feel
really
like what I've
accomplished
seen,
anything.
they just called you hero or knight.
Yeah, but
Instead of-
but like, your mom says, "Oh, my daughter, blah blah blah." And people say, "Oh, you're the daughter of that one famous guy," etc. Anyway, that game's good, but the stuff I've really been getting into is so I have a little device called a Playdate. It's sort of like a little handheld indie console that has a 1-bit screen, so it's just black and white. It's not even backlit. That's my one complaint, but the big feature is that it has a crank on the side that you can use for various things in certain games.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah, and it's
Cranking
big and
it all
yellow.
week.
Well, it's not big, but it's chunky and yellow, and it's cool. I found some cool games on it. So yeah, I've been playing some games on that, and I also yesterday I had ordered a retro tink, which is like a upscaler and whatnot for retro games. So I got that working, and I started playing Pikmin 2 on the GameCube.
Oh,
So
nice.
that was fun. So yeah, that's what I've been playing lately. Abby, what video games have you been playing lately?
none.
You want to tell us about Whiteout Survival that you play, but only in the interactive ads that you get on Facebook? Honey, it is my job to mess with you.
That's true.
No, Abby doesn't really play games. But you know what game she does play? She does play Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Ah.
Let's go ahead and get into the adventure now that everyone's here. Who would like to recap from last time?
Cows.
Wow.
Who's gonna be?
Okay, I'm gonna roll the D4 of recap. That is a
Now that
3.
working memory.
So that is
Fine.
Dust. Please recap for us.
Thank God.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's so terrible that I do this.
Thank
in the
God.
last session, we set out from the Torrentmoot, and we walked a lot, and the rain started happening. There was a stampede,
Mm-hmm.
which I nearly perished in.
This is a very super cut.
And like, am I missing something? I mean, there's after
little
that.
bit.
But did I miss something so
Don't lead
far?
Not really. It's a very high
and then-
level recap.
And then there were undead.
Yeah,
Thought
I
so.
mean,
no. Looked
All
at
of
them,
those things
thought-
are factually true.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I got
we
this.
began the episode. Oh, yeah, go ahead,
Oh.
Tyler.
So we got invited to a small council meeting by a boy,
What's his
and
name?
he asked,
Come on, he's
Our Dax the way
he's
here.
the NPC. Yeah, there you go, Dust.
I'm still waking up. Sorry, but he asked us of our opinion of relations outside of the borders of Balkson
Yes.
and how we could improve it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we chit chat. We did some talks. And then, was it the same day or the next day?
It was a few days later.
We traveled to, I forget what the spot is called.
There wasn't a name. It was just an overlook that was
Okay,
arranged.
I thought it had a name to it.
It did not.
It was the I know a spot.
Yeah.
Where we looked upon the view.
What'd you see?
The scouts and I, and well, Dust was like looking out. His character was aware there was something around us. We scouted something moving.
That's true.
Near the, would you call it a river, a ravine, or?
Yeah, it's the flood road, which is like the riverbed.
Okay.
Because you went to the overlook to observe the deluge, which is the big ass flood of water that comes through.
The scouts and I have noticed that there was many stumbling creatures headed towards the camp, which we could assume it was the undead by the shambling and by our own experiences with the undead. So we told Ardax about it, and we began an evacuation back to the Torrentmoot. While getting back to the Torrentmoot, we have been encountering small events. One being a bristle of vines or spikes.
You came across a
foliage
whole valley full of cactuses,
which we successfully
they were called needle down cactuses because their needles were so fine and plentiful that they looked like puffs of cottony fur.
But we successfully got through them.
Yeah, mostly. I think somebody, I forget who, I think it may have been Makiwa, took a nosedive into the cactus. But
yeah, I think it took like one little prick.
Can't help myself.
And then a stampede of aurochs just appeared from nowhere out of a portal from the hells.
Well, no, they live there.
Aurochs hell.
Subjective. We can change that.
That is outside the scope of this adventure.
But we were able to get past them as well with minor inconveniences. And Ardax and the group of his close circle of warriors were behind us. And I think they helped Bakiwa get through the horde.
Yes. Yeah, they helped him out when he critically failed.
But upon that, a group of undead was close to Ardax, and we held them off and pushed them back. And here we are.
Yeah, so Ardax and his guards were fighting the undead. A couple slipped past, and then you all fought them, and that is where we pick up right now. You just defeated a number of ghouls, or at least some sort of ghoulish creatures, and you have a moment to catch your breaths as the coast seems to be clear for now. The convoy of Torrentmoot attendees is moving away from you. What would you like to do?
That's a lovely question.
Say that again. Sorry, I was looking at my skills.
What would you like to do?
No, before that.
You have a moment to catch your breaths as the coast is clear and you see the group of Torrentmoot attendees whom you have been shepherding are moving away from you.
Can we
in
heal?
The distance? Sure. You may not have like 10 minutes to heal, but if you have something quick.
I have battle medicine. I'll try to use battle medicine on treat wounds takes 10 minutes to apply.
You might be able to do that while you're moving. Yeah. I don't know.
If it doesn't require you to be still, then I don't see why not. It's not like we're running. We're just like walking with a group.
Well, you are moving with all due haste.
Okay.
But you're not sprinting.
We're like fleeing with a group, I guess. Yeah.
It doesn't say anything. Does it just do the medicine check?
There you go.
Yeah, it doesn't have the concentrate trait, so you could, in theory, do it.
Am I the only hurt?
Who are you healing, Durak?
Sayuri.
Oh, I'm the only hurt one. Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There you go. Sayuri is back to full.
Yay!
I think everyone else is good. Yeah. Okay, so as you are retreating away, Durak, you run up to Sayuri and just wrap a bandage around her real quick. Just wrap it around her midsection.
Ice hat on the back.
Give her a slap on the back and says, "You're good to go." You do like those field stretches that basketball players do when they pull a muscle.
I'm saying they just got a nice ice, one of those sticky ice packs.
Lovely. All right, and then we want to stick with them, I'm sure.
Continue escorting them, or I like to
Yeah,
think
they
we're
need
escorting
us.
and not just being a rushing horde of people.
Is there anything anyone wants to do in the interim as you are traveling? Or do you just want to
Yeah.
make haste?
Make haste.
Can we
Good,
like?
finally?
Can we keep an eye out behind us to how close they are? Do we see anything behind us? Are they approaching?
You don't see any. You don't see like a horde chasing you necessarily. The group that you fought against just kind of appeared and ambushed you all.
Can I spend that time detecting magic?
Yes, you may. Yeah, I guess I'm sort of asking, are there any exploration mode activities which you all would like to perform as you are moving?
My scouting is normal.
Okay.
What kind of stuff?
Uh,
Can I like check for? Like, can I check for the best route to go next? Would that be helpful?
Sure, you could try to track. So you would roll survival for initiative if it comes up.
Oh, for under.
Yeah, you don't have to
initiative or
roll
just
it
under my
now,
sur-
but yeah, I didn't tell you to roll it
Practice
now, so
roll.
that doesn't count.
Practice roll. We need those sometimes.
Is there anything Trizlin would like to do as you are moving, Abigail?
I guess just try to get everyone to stay calm, try to relax.
Okay, try to improve the morale of the group. So you will roll
Good idea.
diplomacy for initiative. So
When I
after what?
Yeah.
When I do roll.
Yeah,
Not right now.
if you do roll.
If it's good.
So after about 20 minutes of hustling, you see that the low mesa where Torrentmoot's camp is based appear through the rain just ahead. However, feral growls and hideous screams suddenly pierce the air, and a mass of bent, misshapen forms emerge through the curtains of rain. You see Ardax and his remaining guards at the front of the group immediately charge in to intercept this oncoming threat, shouting for help from any of the expedition members who can fight. You see Devore runs forward, and I actually don't know what kind of weapons he uses. I'll say he pulls out a bow. Grothlin comes in with a giant axe and just charges forward and slices the head off of some sort of shambling undead creature. And you see Kestrel is, she jumps in front of the swing of a claw of a nasty looking creature that attacked one of the caravan members and is able to heal their wounds. However, you all see that there are a number of undead creatures blocking your path into the camp. So I will put you guys on the map.
I'm scared.
Good, you should be scared.
You're on scare
I don't like
tactics.
that.
You see there is,
Your paper mache.
Meeples!
I have to unload you from the Meeple Mobile.
That was so cute. Yeah, I just saw some.
You see there is a group of undead creatures in the distance blocking the path. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah.
Were you supposed to see this negative
That's
10
where I
feet
roll
and
survival.
negative
Yeah,
15?
those are denoting the elevation of the terrain.
Oh, okay.
Is that going up or down?
Down. So
Would make
this,
sense, yeah.
yeah, so this is leading towards the camp in the distance, but not like immediately. So let's go ahead and roll your initiatives. You can all roll the skills that I said you could, and also I think you each get a +2 bonus because Duroc was scouting.
Oh heck yeah! I needed that practice.
And mine would be occultism for detecting magic. Or
Yes. I'll say yes for now. Okay, so we will begin the combat. Top of round 1, it is Makiwa's turn.
hey, and when it helps, it helps.
It did help, otherwise you would have tied with one of the creatures.
So
And you can all arrange yourselves in formation however you want, real quick.
yeah, I'm sitting here looking at spells as if I'm not a million miles away from the enemy.
Game spawns,
Look
by
at
the
me
way.
not being in last place this time.
Yeah, you guys did pretty good on initiative here.
What's silly is that I don't normally do well for initiative, considering I have a +12 for initiative.
I mean, +12 is pretty damn good. Okay, so Makiwa, it is your turn. I apologize for interrupting.
I stride 3.
Okay, triple stride.
Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew. Trizlin, it's your turn.
Now, on the other hand, I'm not used to going so early, so I'm like, I'm going to cast sing my song.
Okay, sing your song all day
It's-
long.
Unfortunately,
Makiwa
Makiwa
is
not
too
gonna be
far,
able-
so you would have to You would have to move before you did it if you wanted to affect Makiwa.
That is true. Fine. I'm gonna move. He's 75 feet away?
Something like that. Yeah.
Is that 75?
You could just move like here-ish. Yeah. In this general area for half equidistant.
I have to move 25.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you move 25, at least
Okay, hold on.
15 feet closer, then.
I assume we can use this ridge as cover, so...
Yeah, if you're prone, you can.
So not very good cover.
Well, I'm saying it's covered from melee. If they...
Well, yeah, I mean,
they won't
it's
be
10
right.
feet down, so
They'd
like...
have to scramble up.
They'd have to climb, and you have no idea what their climb or their athletics ability is.
Anyway...
Yeah, go ahead, honey.
I'm going to sing my song now and roll for my my song.
Extend your
Yes.
lingo perf. So please roll your performance check. There you go. Look at that. Natty 15 for a 29. That is a critical success, I believe. I'm going to say, I'm just going to roll that's a critical success because I'm like 70% sure it is. So that is 4 rounds of Courageous Anthem for everybody.
Unfortunately, I only had one focus pool left, so I am now out of focus. Apparently, I used one last time. Probably also for Courageous Anthem. So yay, everybody gets some stuff.
Okay, and you have a single action remaining.
A bit of shield.
Okay, good one.
Sorry.
Gesundheit. All right, good job. Next up, it is one of the creature's turns. What is it going to do? It's going to move, I believe, to get closer to you all. Yeah, it's going to move. It's going to move up to here, and that's its turn. Sayuri.
Okay, so I'll hang out here. I'll hang it on, and then I'm gonna put bomb into my hand, and then I'm gonna I have my crossbow in my hand, so I'm going to load it with the right, have it ready to shoot. It's 2 actions to set up a reactive. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I won't bother with that. I'll just have my crossbow ready to shoot, have my bomb in my hand, and I'm done.
All right. Move, draw, and load the crossbow.
Yeah.
All right. Durak.
Hello. I move. Maybe. To this gentleman.
All right. Yeah,
Big
you got that
creature.
monk speed.
Then I enter Mountain Sun. And then I flurry of blows.
Okay. Look at that monk flexibility. 23 is a hit for sure. 22 is also a hit.
Oh, stunning blows. Did it show?
It shows when you roll damage.
Okay.
Okay. But it doesn't matter because you just punch 2 holes through the chest of this creature and it falls to the ground in pieces.
Nice.
Obliterate.
Yep.
We love to see that.
All right. So next up, it is another one of the creature's turns.
Was that all 3 of his turns?
Yeah. Move, stance, and flurry of blows.
Oh, I didn't hear the stance.
Yeah, he does have to spend an action to get into it. So he's going to move up here. That's his turn. Oh, I'm sorry. Durak, also, I need you to make a fortitude save against their stench. But you're probably going to get it, so. Yeah, 21 is a resounding success. You're fine. Yeah, so this guy runs up. That's his turn. Another creature. It is going to run... It sees a creature on the top of the hill, so it is going to run up here for its first action. And second action, it is going to try to climb. Let's see what the DC is. Oh, wow. Yeah, he has to spend multiple actions doing that because he doesn't have a climb speed.
The full terrain and its rating? I think more.
Oh, it says the GM determines the DC. Well, how does the GM know the DC? That's one of the problems I have with second edition, is it just says, oh, the GM will figure it out. It's like, bitch, I am the GM. Tell me how to figure it out. Okay,
based on vibe.
So I will say it's a DC 15. Well, he gets a critical success on his first roll, so he climbs the entire way up in 1 action, which puts him here, and then third action, they're gonna run up to Makiwa. All right. Next up, there is a creature in the back who is just dripping with water. Looks more so than just in the rain here. They look like they are just like soaked on a physical level, just down to the bone in water. They are going to, so they're going to move up first thing, move 25 feet. They run up here. So from there, it is going to cast a spell. I need Durak to make a reflex save. Okay, 21. Where's its DC? That is a success. So you're going to take half damage. You're not wearing any metal armor, are you?
No, I'm naked.
Okay. Well, that's fortunate because that would have given you a penalty on this check. So the creature, like, briefly glows with magical energy, and a bolt of lightning comes down from the sky and strikes Duroc. You dodge out of the way in time, and it fortunately the electricity does not discharge through your heart. It just goes through your body and then to ground. Let me roll the damage.
Dang darn witch.
Ooh, max damage. It's not that much, but you take 8 points of... I'm sorry, you take 6 points of electricity damage and 2 points of sonic damage. So 8 damage total. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. That is its turn. Next up is the final undead creature. It is just going to run up to here. That's its turn. Top of round 2. Mikiwa, it is your turn. Please start your turn with a fortitude save, as you are overwhelmed by the stench of these undead creatures.
That I shall.
The picture that they're using as their icons is not really very accurate because it's using a creature with clothes on and
They
look
proper
like a
attire. These creatures are just completely ragged and gross.
Ooh.
Oh.
Sad Trumpet, that is a critical failure on a natural 1. Would you like to use your hero point, or you want to save it?
I think that's
I'll
sickened
use it.
too.
I'll use it.
Okay, a 13 is a failure,
Normal, at
as you
least.
might imagine. But not by as much as you'd think. So you are sickened.
Okay.
Sickened 1, I should say. As, this creature, it moves with surprising alacrity as it just scrambles up the cliff face here and gets in your face. You are unprepared for its advance, and you are a little sick, a little grossed out. Bleh, it's nasty. Your turn, though.
Okay. Well, what does sickened do again?
Lowers everything.
It's a penalty to all your rolls, pretty much, until
You can
until you spend an action and make a save to recover.
Yeah, I guess I will retch to try to be
Okay.
unsickened.
So you can make another fortitude save to attempt to unstinkify yourself. Okay, 18 is a success. You are no longer sickened.
Okay.
So you cough and wheeze and get the stink out of your lungs, and it's a little more bearable. So
Stinky lung.
So then, this guy grossed me out, so he's getting worms.
okay,
He's getting worse.
I mean, he's dead. He probably already has worms.
More worms.
He's getting
Worse worms.
my worms now.
my
Oh,
worms.
my worms.
Ew.
So he needs to make a
Yes, there
fort
are
save.
worms.
Not terribly fortitudinous, but he does manage to eke out a 21, which is a
Damn.
success. So on a success, full initial damage, and the spell ends immediately. So go ahead and roll your full initial damage. All right, 17 points of piercing damage. Well, you will be relieved to know that is greater than his maximum hit points.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
So he is just torn to bloody, rotting bits by an explosion of rot worms.
Got him.
Nice. That's my turn.
All right, Trizalin.
It is I, the Trizzy Lizzie.
Okay, Trizzy Lizzie, what do you do?
I'm gonna use spell.
I'm gonna.
You got those.
Okay,
I'm gonna telekinetic.
telefrenetic.
I'm gonna.
Okay, roll it.
Telekinetic for devil effect
Durgalurgan for Durgadurgan.
at this guy. Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Okay, please do.
Go. Woohoo!
All right, 24 is a hit.
Bam, 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 bam. 12.
All right, 12 points of slashing damage. You slice off one of its hands, but it is still moving as if nothing happened. It just kind of staggers back a step and then steps forward as if nothing happened. All right, you have one action remaining. What would you like to do? Shield?
Shield.
All right, Sayuri.
Yes.
You could finish off this guy.
Think he's near death enough to take splash damage?
You don't know?
Probably not. I'm not gonna. Actually, so I'm gonna shoot him with my crossbow first to see. Because
Okay.
that's my lower.
Well, just so you know, that'll lower the attack roll of your bomb if you throw it in the same turn. So it's usually a good idea to do your strongest attack first if you're doing multiple attacks because of the penalty.
That is a very good point. Yeah, okay, I'll bomb the other guy, the unharmed guy. Let's get him.
Okay, roll the hit.
Right.
Okay, a
That was
13
not
is a
great.
miss. Well, the good news is you don't do any splash damage to Dura, so you just deal splash damage to the target. So go ahead and roll damage. 2 points of poison splash.
Alright, and then I guess I'll strike the guy on the left. crossbow, and it would be the second button then. 'Cause it's
Yeah, this is your second attack this turn.
the regular bolt. Oh no!
Yeah, that's almost a critical failure, but not quite. Fortunately, there's no critical failure
don't
effect. But
think it's gonna damage if I.
no, it does not matter. You missed. You missed by
There's
a
no
country
splash
mile.
for this one. Yeah, there's no splash for a crossbow. Okay.
No. That would be
and
a
then
cool
with
crossbow, though. I have to say.
that'd be a good upgrade. Look at that. With my last action, I'm gonna cry. No, I'm joking. I'm gonna just pull out like the crossbow ready to like shoot again. Load it. That's the word. Load my crossbow.
But with my third action, I cry is so Pathfinder coded.
All right, Durat, you have two friends who have just, they want you to join their pyramid scheme.
Okay, so
That's
going
what fools
to
do, right?
step here,
That's what they look like. They're trying to.
Like, have you considered selling Cutco?
and I'm going to split my
Flurry of
blows. My first hit will be on the left, and next on the right.
Okay. Okay, 23 hits.
I see both
20
hit.
also hits. Stunning Fist doesn't apply because you have to target the same creature to get Stunning Fist, but that's okay. You still do damage. Guy on the left takes 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and you crack his neck as you hit him on the jaw. His head spins around almost 360, and you hear the bones in his neck just crack, and it collapses to the ground. The guy on the right, you hit him square in the face, and you just like break his face in, and there's just like a hole where his nose used to be, but he's still like and in fact he looks straight at you and he says, fresh meat.
With what mouth?
Just like spluttering through its destroyed jaw.
Then with my
Alright, you
third
have one
action,
action left.
I will back up.
Okay.
I will. Smart. But the best action you could take there.
It is the spellcaster's turn. They're going to start with a 25-foot movement closer, and they're going to survey their options here.
Can we see what they look like?
Yeah, so they look like a dripping wet corpse that is
Okay.
just like soaked to the bone. This is their official artwork.
Oh.
So they're coming with the puddle?
No, the puddle is flavor. They are a waterlogged corpse that is moving around. It's still a little far away from most of y'all, so it is going to... I've got so many spells, y'all, so many spells. I understand how Abby feels now. Let's see, is 25 feet from Makiwa. Makiwa,
Wait, isn't
I need you to
25?
make a fortitude save, please.
Fortitude
30.
save happening.
Isn't that 35 feet?
No, that's just by this ridiculous path that the...
No, I'm saying because of the negative 10 feet down.
It's close enough.
14.
Okay.
We're not going to break out Pythagoras here.
I'm breaking out Pythagoras. I'm gonna save
Okay,
a
so
person.
14 is a failure. So you
Yeah,
are
that's
blinded
right.
for 1 minute.
Not in love with that. Is that
So yeah, you're not gonna have much of a use of the rest of the game.
It's
Or
for 1
combat.
minute.
1 minute's a
That's
very
fine.
long time.
I mean,
She means the rest of the
these
combat.
are psychic. So,
Do you feel mine?
if anyone's gonna be blinded, the psychic's probably the best.
Okay, so that is its
I
turn.
have some.
So it is now the last remaining Mook's turn. It's just going to move straight up here for its first action.
Now, does that activate my thing?
It does leave it... Well,
Because he walked into this space and then
You're going
moved into
together.
this space.
so he moves like this.
Oh, okay. That's some weird movement, but okay.
Yeah, they seem to have some sort of intelligence to them. And then who is it going to attack? Who looks the juiciest?
I assume me.
You look the beefiest, but it's looking for easy prey. So I think it's going to go after Sayuri.
Oh no, I'm just a snack though. I'm not a full meal. It's not
You're the
worth
snack
it.
that smiles back.
Go
I will not.
Oh,
He tells me to smile, I'll bite him.
Okay, second action, it's going to make a claw attack against you, Sayuri.
just goes up to you, walks up with his cane. You should smile more.
That is an 18 to hit.
I would turn into like Super Saiyan mode and like kick him in the dick and like lob
No,
off his head or
unfortunately,
something.
while the default art for this type of creature
Yeah.
portrays a sort of Mr. Hyde appearance, this creature is not walking with a limp like an old school pimp.
Oh damn. What do I roll to save?
It's just an attack roll that's an 18 against your AC.
Oh, it's 19. My AC's
Yeah.
19.
So it just
Yeah.
barely misses. swings a claw out to grab you, and like it goes through your hair, but does not get purchase on you.
I do the little Nelson hand point.
Makiwa, it's your turn. You can't see shit.
Yeah, that's fine. Very few of my spells actually require me to see.
However, you do have to, you do need vision to be able to target a creature.
Yeah.
Specifically, when blinded, it says all normal terrain is difficult terrain to you. You can't detect anything using vision. You automatically crit fail percept checks that require you to be able to see. And if vision is your only precise sense, you take a -4 status penalty to perception checks, but you are immune to visual effects. So,
Okay.
got that going for you.
Sun won't get in your eyes.
I'm just trying to see if there's actually anything that I can. See, I wish that unleashing my psyche would do anything for this, but it won't. Okay, so I guess what I will do is I can't see it anymore, but I could still recall knowledge on the wet guy.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and make a religion check if you are trained.
Religi.
Or if you have an applicable lore, you could roll that instead.
Well, I have academia lore and vampire lore, so I don't think I do.
You're pretty sure it's not a vampire. Unfortunately, a 16 is not enough. But you're confident this is some sort of undead, but not a vampire specifically.
That was one action.
Yeah, you got 2 more.
I
Don't
guess
spend them all in one place.
Generally speaking, I'm gonna run in the direction. I'm gonna stride once in the direction of my team.
Because you are blinded, all terrain is difficult terrain. So you move at
Then
half
I'll stride
speed.
twice.
Yeah, so you can stride twice to go 25 feet.
That's what I got.
Okay, Frizzy, please make a fort save as the stench of this creature fills your nostrils. Your lizard nostrils. And Sayuri, you're on deck, so be ready.
That's like my worst one.
Natural 1.
I'm gonna use my hero point for that.
All right. Okay, a 14 is exactly a success.
Ooh,
So you are fine.
dang. I kind of go, and then I'm like,
Okay, so take your turn.
Just shit on my mic. Sorry.
Please don't shit on your mic.
Do I punch the shit out of it?
Oh, well, I
I thought
hope there
you
was
shit
no
on
shit in your mic.
I don't
Might
shit
be.
on anything.
I'm glad it's gone now.
It's older than my nephew, so it might.
So I'm gonna 5-foot step,
Okay,
and then I'm going to hit.
okay. Teleproj. Shooter. Shooter. Okay, roll the
This
hit.
time I'm going to. I did it first. This time. I roll. Woohoo!
Okay, so a 26 is not quite a crit, but it is a hit.
At least I hit it. Come on.
Okay, well, you'll be relieved to know that it only had 5 hit points left, so
Yay!
Nice.
you slice
I
off
didn't
its
do an
head.
animation.
As its head falls to the ground, splar, splat, splat. You can just hear the last of its words echo off its lips, and it says, "Fresh meat, roast
We're just wanted
butt."
some dinner.
It was just.
Looks like
hungry.
meat's back on the menu, boys.
All right, and then that is the end of your turn.
And look, Sayuri, you don't have to roll.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I guess I'm gonna get closer. At the start of this turn. Roby far now.
yeah, it's moving towards you steadily as it is casting spells.
Am I?
Shadow
Casting
Wizard Money.
spells.
We love casting spells. All right, right in the path of the enemy.
Could I go here, and it still be because of the
Yeah.
not that far down? This would still be considered 30.
Yeah, I let that slide for it casting a spell on Makiwa, so I think, in all fairness, I think that I should let that apply to you casting a spell on it, or whatever.
I got you, friend. Considering you were blind, so I'll stand in front. So there's one action, and then because of my quick bomber, I can make a bomb, throw it. Oh, action. So I'm.
Well, that's 35 feet of movement, so that was 2 actions to move there.
Oh, it was.
So you can only
Okay, I'm
get...
just gonna shoot it with my crossbow then. That's fine.
Okay. You haven't reloaded your crossbow, have you?
Yeah, last turn.
Yeah,
That was
they-
my last
yeah.
one.
Okay.
Was to reload.
Good,
it,
then
yeah.
you're good.
Strike, just a regular bolt though, because I don't have anything special.
Hit. Hey, 26 is a hit.
Take it.
Didn't you poison all your ammunition beforehand?
I poisoned one of them. Can I poison all of them?
Yeah. You can dip a whole bolt of quivers.
For right now, it takes 6 points of piercing damage to lodge a bolt in its musculature of its arm.
Yep, got him. And then that's it. That's all my
All right. Duroc.
I thought it was more of a loading the poison into the bolt kind of.
No, it's as long as the poison doesn't have like a duration on it. It's just poison. Absolutely fucking poison.
That girl's poison.
So I must spend 2 actions.
Okay.
Hi.
That's
probably a terrible idea.
John.
Right up in the face.
Stunning blow with a flurry of blow.
Okay, a 31 is a critical hit.
And a miss.
And a natural 1. So go ahead and roll your crit damage. All right, 18 points of bludgeoning damage. You clock it straight on the jaw, and its head rotates 180 degrees around, but it doesn't even seem phased by that.
It's a ghost.
Yep, that's. But it does need to make a fort save against your stunning fist. Ooh, rolled a natural 5, so that is a failure. It is slowed 1, or stunned 1, I should say. Stunned 1, and that is good news because it is its turn now. Oh, also, Duraka, have you saved against the stench effects this combat?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then you're fine.
That was the first one.
So it is its turn. It doesn't like that you're all up in its face. So first it is. So it only gets 2 actions because it's stunned. So for its first action, it is going to make a claw strike against you.
Okay.
Ooh, natty 19 for a 30 total.
Yeah, that's a crit.
30 is not a crit against your AC. Your AC is 22.
Oh, no, it has to be 32. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So that is a hit though.
It was a 20.
So, you're going to take damage. Also, I need you to make me a fort save. Okay, that is a success on the fortitude save, but just barely. But you are going to take 10 points of slashing damage as it rakes across your face. And then for its final action, yeah, it's just going to claw you again. Just claws out at you. Ooh, that's a 12 to hit. That's not going to cut the mustard.
Not gonna cut the mustard.
That wouldn't even cut butter.
Oh no.
All right,
Not
that is its
butter.
turn. Makiwa.
Tis I am blind.
Yeah.
I don't know what that does for you, but it does something. You have a -4 to your perception check.
Can I try again to identify the guy?
You're blind.
No, you cannot.
I didn't.
Yeah, the recall knowledge means you just straight up don't know if you fail.
Love that, and by love that, I mean I hate that.
I mean, you can still attack.
Can I?
Yeah. The blind only puts a -4 in your. It's a -4 perception check.
Here's what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do. I'm looking at all my spells, and I'm like, what are you in? You know what? Sayuri is near me.
Yep.
Within reach of me, baby. I'm gonna cast guidance on Sayuri.
I should be guiding.
So, looking it up, there doesn't actually seem to be a failure condition on recall knowledge. So, you could just do it again, I think.
Okay. Well, I will
but
also do that.
The way, and I'm learning about how it works. The way it works is you ask one question about the creature, and then you make the check. And technically, it's supposed to be a secret check, because on a crit fail, you get incorrect information. And you're not supposed to know that it's incorrect, obviously.
So then should I roll or should you roll? And I should ask a question?
Well, so you can roll it yourself. What you do is when you click on the skill to roll it, at the bottom above the roll button, there's a roll mode toggle, and you can click blind GM roll, which will roll it just to me, and you won't know the outcome.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Well, I want to know. Listen, I want to know its defensive traits.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say. And I rolled it to you.
Okay. Let's see.
That's exciting.
You know that your knowledge of the undead, you know that they are often immune to a lot of bodily effects. Typically, death effects, disease, paralysis, poison, and sleep effects. So that is what you learn about it.
Okay.
But you don't know of any other particular. It doesn't seem to be immune to anything else.
Okay, that's info. And then I have another action, but I don't even know what to do with it because I'm blind.
So you can make additional recall knowledge checks. However, with each successful check, the DC goes up.
I see. Can I attempt to target that guy with glimpse weakness? I guess I'm not glimpsing.
You can't target
anything.
him because you're not glimpsing anything.
Is it actual blindness, or is it just a debuff that is called blindness? I don't really understand.
What do you mean?
like, can he really not see anything, or is
Yes.
it just debuff? Because it doesn't, like, it just says it penalizes you.
Yeah, you cannot see. In fact, the first sentence of the effect says you can't see.
Well, it's hard to tell what's flavor and what's not.
That is not flavor.
Okay.
You can't see. Like, it's blindness. Like, that
Sorry,
should go without saying, but...
My numbers-wise, because I like numbers, I'm looking this as a straight number, like...
Well, it's not a straight number. It's a gay number.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my last... Okay. Can I use Detect Undead to kind of know where this guy is?
That's not a silly question. That's actually a decent question. Let me look up how Detect Undead works.
Okay. So at this point, I might go towards him, because if he spills my blood, I can curse his blood.
You're like, yes, hit me.
Where do you get the Detect Undead from? I'm having trouble finding it.
That is a great question. It's one of my feats, and I will find out which one.
Yeah, I don't think you have that ability.
Where did I get it from?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I won't use Detect Undead right now until I figure out how.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna pass on my last action.
Okay. All right. Trizzlin, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna double move. So I just want to figure out where I want to move here. But a double move?
Yeah.
45 feet? Okay, and then I'm going to cast Helicometic Kapalabana.
Skibbly bibbly dibbly dibbly.
And I'm gonna just go as I flow. Attack!
Okay, a 25 is a hit. Y'all are rolling rocks today.
Well, okay, I had something to say, but then ooh, 9. Okay. Not good.
Okay, 9 points of slashing damage. Well, I mean, that's more than 0 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, I just go.
Dee dodo dee. Sayuri, it's your turn.
Okay, so
Yeah, you should always choose to succeed. That sounds like some sort of bullshit motivational quote. Always choose to succeed.
Hang in there.
Looks like somebody's got a case of the Mondays. I think I would go berserk if someone said that to me at work.
Berserk?
Yeah, I'd bring out my Dragon Slayer greatsword.
Watch out for horses.
okay.
Always.
So I made it. I drew it. I'm gonna throw it all in one turn. Hope. Let's hope. I hope I actually roll good.
That's
No.
a natural 1. Would you like to use
I'm
your
gonna
hero
redo
point?
that. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so I need to put that back. Try that again. Much better.
Okay,
much
that is
better.
much better. A 28 is a resounding hit. Go ahed and roll damage. Okay, that looks like max damage.
The maximum
So
damage.
13 points of... Okay, so they take 13 points of damage with splash and 1 persistent bleed. And then, Duroc, you're going to take 4 points of splash damage.
Ouch.
But no bleed. And then the creature is also
Like the
slowed.
reflex save.
Or takes a penalty to its speed.
Surprised the splash doesn't have a reflex save.
I think they just removed it so it would speed the game up.
Okay.
Oh, this would be good. Spring-loaded metal canisters contain a mixture of chemicals and salts that drain and disintegrate nearby undead creatures. Are they actually undead? Do we know that, though?
I'm pretty sure by the stench of them.
You're pretty sure.
I think that I know that.
Alright, I'm gonna throw that bomb next. So I'm gonna use, again, Quick Alchemy 8. Ghost Shot. It's almost a 1. That's bad, but that's bad. So I missed, but still get it.
Okay, so, yeah, 18 is a miss. It'll take 1 point of splash bite damage.
I'm just gonna do that again then with my last one. Another Ghost Charge. And I'd be like, oops, and try again. That was better.
Ooh.
Wait, hold on a sec.
Oh.
So remember the second bomb, your second attack that you make in a turn.
Oh, you're right.
Has the multiple attack penalty. So the 18 would be reduced to a 13, which is still a miss, not a critical miss. And then on the 26, yeah, that would be a minus 10, which would be a 16, which is a miss. So he takes splash damage.
Okay, that's fine. And that's just my...
Okay, Duroc.
Alright. You know how it is.
Yep. Okay, those both hit. 8 points and 10 points. They are looking pretty ragged. You are punching holes through their body, and they just barely fail their save against stunning blows. They are stunned 1.
Love how we're all just up on the hill, like cheering. Like, yeah, supporting.
All right, you got 2 actions left, Duroc.
I will try to. I will try to trip.
Okay, make an athletics check with your multiple attack penalty.
Yep.
A 13 is a critical failure.
I am on the ground. GG.
You
While
have
I'm on
a
the
cartoon
ground,
slip noise. Bonk.
I will use battle medicine on myself.
Okay, you slip on the wet dirt and splash into the muddy ground. All right. And it's now the creature's turn. It's stunned, so it takes a second to turn its head back around the right direction. Then it is going to make a claw attack against you, Duroc. Okay. Might have you here. That's a 25 to hit. Okay, so you're going to take some damage. Some damzoni, as they say in the biz.
Damzoni and cheese!
9 points of slashing damage. And I need you to make a fortitude save.
Fort.
Damn zone, you sound. Damn.
Okay, 29 is a success. You are unaffected. No, I'm sorry. You are not unaffected.
Oh.
You are slowed 1 for 1 round on a success.
I'm surprised the 29 isn't a critical success.
Because you wait, I don't understand what that does.
Slowed acts like stunned, but it doesn't go away automatically.
Do you lose 1 action from slowed 1?
Yes. You lose a number of actions equal to your slowed condition. And then for its second action, doesn't have a whole lot it can do. It's going to cast a spell. It points its hand up at the creatures on the cliff and lets out a barrage of force blasts.
Don't think. Which one of them?
Let's see. I have to figure out how many it does first, because it is heightened to 3rd rank.
It doesn't do 3 still, but it's just increased to a double die.
For each additional action you use when casting the spell, increase the number of shards you shoot by 1. So it does 1 action, it shoots 2, because 1 base and then 1 for the height. And it shoots them at Trizlet, who is closest.
Oh no.
So you're going to take...
No.
Don't worry, they don't do that much
damage. And then...
Oh, yeah.
4 points of force damage. So a total of 6 points of force damage overall. And that's its turn.
No.
Makiwa,
Bonked you on the forehead.
you can't see shit.
I'm blind.
What you do?
Great question. I cast Detect Magic. No, this doesn't mean anything. It just tells me whether there is magic. What happens if I amp it? I'm sorry.
I think Dust is just confused as to what a blind person is supposed to do in the middle of battle.
Yeah, like you're suddenly made blind in the middle of battle. You don't really have...
Okay, my pulse of detection magic helps me gain a sense of nearby magic strength or weakness.
So you learn whether or not there is magic within 30 feet.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the amp for it.
It increases the saves of spell attack rolls.
I think I might just pass.
Okay, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah.
Alright, Trizlet.
Did my song end? I had 4 rounds.
Yes, so it ends.
Okay, I am out of focus points, so I'm going to start my turn singing without a...
Okay, so everyone just gets it normal style.
Yeah, do it normal style.
Sick and nasty normal style.
And then I'm going to telekinetic project.
Okay.
Okay, flash.
Okay, roll the hit.
Attack! Quashiji!
Natural 20. Alright, roll your crit damage. And while you do that, go ahead and describe your kill.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
Just killed it.
Describe your kill while you're rolling your crit damage.
I pick up a sword from off the ground and I chuck it at it and it slices his neck right off.
Alright.
Decapitation.
No breathing. Okay, all done. And so, all around you, you see all your allies have already concluded their fights. Seems things are peaceful for the moment.
How do we fix Makiwa's eyes? Does that just go away? Yeah.
So yeah, after a minute, the Makiwa, you start to see spots as your vision begins to return, and you can see again.
I punched across out your eye.
Can we go loot the corpse?
Sure. So you see that the boss creature, whatever it was, it seems to be holding a waterlogged leather sack that is just kind of like draped about its person. On the inside, you open the pouch up, and on the inside you find a pair of goggles that detect as magical, and you find 42 gold pieces worth of valuables.
Nice.
All right. So you're gonna try to ID those goggles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me look them up to see what tradition they are.
We're gonna put that 42 in the loot lash.
I can only do one thing at a time.
The loot lash.
Okay, so no particular tradition. Use any magical thing you want.
Don't worry, I got this.
Okay, a 22. 16 is a failure.
Damn, Drac, you tried your best.
Yeah,
Can I
damn.
use nature?
Nature is a magical tradition, so.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the magic. The
Oh,
four
no.
magical tradition skills are Arcana, Occultism,
Oh,
Religion, and Nature.
no, I'll do a nature check.
Well, you already rolled, so you can't.
That
do
was an
it again.
athletics check. That was a meme.
So, Mikiwa, you're the only one who knows what these are. These are a pair of obsidian goggles. It says the sleek black lenses of these goggles somehow make everything seem more brightly lit. While wearing the goggles, you gain a +1 item bonus to perception checks involving sight. Additionally,
Hey, you need.
it has a activated ability. Once per day, you spend one action to gain dark vision for 1 hour.
Oh, that's.
So,
I already have
who's the
dark
blindest
vision for all
motherfucker here?
I mean,
Mikiwa was just blind.
Yeah, but I'm not blind no more.
Yeah, not anymore.
sorry, it does
I got
plus one to
better.
what?
It's a +1 to
Uh,
perception checks based on sight.
Well, what's everybody's perception? The Kiwa might actually just need that. Yours is sick.
But he already.
No, that's with my blindness.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
I
think you
removed
should
the
probably
blindness
have it.
condition.
Oh, damn. So I'm the least.
Or no, I
perceptive.
already did. So
I mean, guess I could.
It'll make you look
Okay.
smarter.
It'll be cool with my. I have a face mask on it.
okay, so I will put those on your sheet, Sayuri. They're not invested yet. You have to invest them during your morning preparations,
To attune to them.
but it's not a big deal just yet.
Has everyone at this point has everyone gotten like an item that we found that they got to keep yet?
Not me.
Oh yeah.
That's the reason why I didn't take the goggles. I was like, well, I got the drum last.
Yeah, the
time.
drums are pretty huge.
I probably
They're-
won't
they're-
get
they're
anything.
Yeah, it just doesn't
So-
help Duroc much because he already has dark vision.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
The Rock's gonna have a hard time finding something that's good for him because he punches.
Yeah, so most weapons don't do a whole lot for him.
Yeah.
If
I
we
can't
get
wear
some
many
brass
armors.
knuckles, so you'll.
I already got brass knuckles, essentially.
Oh well, sharp poison knuckles maybe.
Okay, so for prevailing in this combat, you are awarded 2 escape points.
Oh yeah, I forgot about escape points.
Yes, so in
You
fact,
must hoard them.
you have now returned to Torrentmoot. In fact, as you look up through the rain, you see that the drenched tents of Torrentmoot lie directly in front of you.
And there's a giant undead dragon there.
There is, but he says,
What?
"Oh, I'm sorry. Were you guys using this? I thought it was abandoned." And then he just flies away.
Nice guy. I like Bill. Bill was a Bill dude. Fucking cheated at poker.
Funny.
Okay, so Ardax sees everyone into the camp, and the scouts, Keen and her fellows, come back, and they huddle for a second. Then he approaches the group and says, "We have about 1 hour to prepare. Gather all your things. Leave anything behind that you don't want to carry on foot. We'll be leaving here in 1 hour."
So I mean, luckily we have a bag of holding. It's not like we really have to worry about that.
Just zoop everything right.
That will
Well,
treat
yeah,
everyone.
not everything. Not the entire camp's worth of goods, but
You can put Sayuri in it.
yeah, just put her in there for 10 minutes at a
Yeah.
time. Just
Yeah.
open it up, let her get a breath, and then go back in. Okay, so you all have an hour to prepare, and we'll go ahead and take our break. And then when we come back, we can see what comes afterwards, and begin the next portion of this chapter.
Hell yeah.
Hey everyone, Sarah here. I just wanted to take a quick second to thank you for listening to our shows. It really means a lot. I and the rest of the crew work really hard
to bring you this show each week for free and ad-free. If you want to support the show, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Word of mouth and feeding the algorithm helps small creators like us get traction. Additionally, consider joining our Patreon for early access to all of my projects, periodic sticker and other merch drops, and exclusive Discord benefits. You can learn more at the site over at baph.xyz. That's BAPH.xyz. That's all for now. Thanks, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. We are fed and watered and bathroomed and whatever else it is we do on our breaks. You'll never know. It's a mystery. So
Something to do with war crimes.
Something to do with them.
I'm Canadian. I legally can't talk about that.
I mean, I don't think if you do a war crime, I think the worst thing you should do is talk about it on a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
What if you do it before it's considered a war crime? Can I talk about it then?
I think
it's not a war crime in the first
Yeah,
time.
I think constitutionally you're protected, at least in this country.
Tomorrow I'm going to drop white phosphorus somewhere in the world.
That's still a war crime.
Okay, that's future. That's future plans too. That's like you don't tell people that.
Oh, oops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cut. Delete the VOD.
Yeah.
Mods, delete the VOD.
Jeff Bezos, you didn't hear anything.
No,
the servers.
In all seriousness, one piece of advice I did see online was if you're going to commit a crime, don't fucking ever tell anyone.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it. Don't tell
Just do it on impulse.
What if you joke about murder all the time, and they're like, "Did you kill someone?" You can be like, "Really? You think I killed someone with how much I talk about murder? That'd be crazy."
I think that's like the opposite of that piece of advice.
Sarah's just saying, just do it.
Sarah, I want you to know that if I ever did do a heinous crime, I would tell you.
Okay.
I'll make sure you know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Arrested Development where they're like, can't convict the husband and wife of the same crime.
Yes, you definitely can. It's called You Both Took a Knife and You Both Did the Staff.
It's like all the things in that show. Anyway, so we return amidst the panic to Torrentmoot. You've all had an hour to prepare. I want to check in with each of your characters. See what's going on with y'all mentally.
Not good.
So, yeah, Perky, how's Sayuri doing?
I mean, she's fine. She's pretty happy. She likes to learn new things. She just leveled up, so like, pretty.
Yeah, so
happy.
I mean, you came here kind of on a whim. You just kind of stumbled upon this whole affair. It was like, hey, a party, I'll join that. And then now you're fighting undead and zombie bears and tooth fairies are exploding all over you. Like, what's Sayuri thinking? Is she thinking, I gotta get the next bus out of here?
No, she wants to do more. She likes how much she's learning. She wants to she doesn't like the gnomes are prone to a thing called the bleaching.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't learn things regularly,
they turn into a white person.
Yeah. Like
no, I'm joking, but like they do actually lose all their color and then eventually die.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think they die. I thought they just become kind of blank. Slates.
Yeah. So that's if you survive. You can survive the bleaching very rarely.
Some
gnomes can survive
depression.
Yeah,
and then they send you to a place.
Yeah, and I don't want to go there. So Sayuri is like not about this life because she was like raised with, or I guess I was raised with Tanuki, right? So I didn't know this immediately, and I found this out in my like flirtings over the years, and that like scared the shit out of her because I didn't. There's no one to talk to, right, about it. So I'm very much like wanting to like learn and shit like that and avoid the bleaching. So she's just like super excited at all the new things she's seeing.
What do you think's going on
Tanuki
with your
transient anyway?
Yeah, where are your Tanuki family in all this?
They've been at the Torrentmoot partying most of this time.
So they're in this caravan, right?
Yeah, they would have been with us.
Yeah, I was gonna say I guess they would be with us now at this point. They go where the tent is pretty much. Just hanging. They're not quite as curious by it, but yeah, so they're here.
Have you been? I don't know. Like, have you been like staying with them, communicating? Like, what do they think? Like, I'm curious about the whole dynamic.
They stay
of
in the
this.
tent with me.
Okay, they're just they just stay in the tent at all times.
I actually made one as a character as a backup.
Oh yeah?
Case. But
Well, don't tempt me.
yeah, they hang out and they party. No, don't kill me. Not nearly. I'll use it for the next one, I promise.
Trust
Don't
me,
kill
I've been trying.
Shadow Word.
Yeah,
Death.
no. They're not. There's 3 of them. 4 of us total. They're not overly concerned. They're too new. They're
Okay.
kind of hard to use.
So yeah, so right now you're just going along for the ride?
Yeah, they're more concerned about where we're stopping for the next party.
Okay. Makiwa, what do you think of all this? All these goings on?
Okay. So, been through a lot of shit, right? We're far from hidden occult libraries
Mm-hmm.
at this time. And Makiwa is no stranger to adventure. He's been trying to track his. This is spoilers, but the characters don't have to know this just because the player.
Well,
But he's been looking
you can
for
be
his-
vague about it.
He's been looking for something. How about that? I'll say that.
Sure.
He's been searching the world for something elusive, and so he's no stranger to adventure. But as we've seen in the past couple sessions, he can certainly get taken off guard. You certainly
He
get
knows
taken
the
off guard
rules.
in
And so do I.
these combat situations or high stakes physical feats. He's nervous. He's excited. You know, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and being able to witness all these things happening and be the one to write them down is the type of thing that someone who is into books and writing and things dreams of. So he's excited, but he's very worried about his well-being.
Mhm.
He's worried about the connections that he's making and how this will fare for his people in the future. And he's worried about his party and how they may react to learning more about him. There already seems to be a party member who more or less ditched after seeing that he could shapeshift into a spider. So
Well, that's only come up like the one time in the very first combat of the campaign.
Yeah, you're just a strange druid, so.
Yeah. Duroc is convinced that you're a strange druid.
oh
There's a
man,
spider as his form.
let's wait till
Yeah.
he learns
Each his
more.
own.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that strange for someone to temporarily transform into a creature. Like, you know, people know that druids exist.
Yeah.
And, you know, natural wild magics are a thing. So it's not like that suddenly makes you a weirdo or anything. And,
yeah.
you know, you can also use magic, so.
There's people at my hunting party that was it. Druids.
But there may be other more concerning secrets that he's nervous about.
Well, you'll have to bust those out sometime. That's up to y'all to unlock that backstory. You gotta progress your
Yeah.
social links with Makiwa.
But yeah, that's where he's at right now. He's
All
definitely
right.
harrowed by the last couple battles.
How's Trislin doing? Sounds like she's just singing a song and dancing in the rain.
Yeah. Is it a cold rain or is it a warm rain?
Oh, it's a chilling rain.
Ooh.
Mm.
Drizzlin's probably trying to Drizzlin's like, the cold.
Lizard folk are not strangers to water. They're not
It's the
like
cold.
amphibian, but they can swim.
You can breathe on the water.
No.
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 You think you can breathe underwater.
No.
They're not fish.
In fact, no lizards can do that.
This is true.
You know
Even in the
what
real
Yam
world.
can? Oblivion.
But so Trislin, you've revealed a little bit that you kind of came here searching for sort of searching for identity a little bit, and getting in touch with your orc heritage. How's that sort of panning out for you right now? Now that this party has sort of devolved into danger.
Well, I mean, it was going pretty good until the fucking zombie apocalypse.
Mhm.
You know, she was meeting new people, meeting more Dromars, you know, vibing, singing. But you know, now it's cold and rainy, and she's just not vibing with it anymore. She's just kind of like, this is kind of a wet vibe, and I'm not into it.
So it's really the rain that has upset you more than the danger and the metaphysical metaphysical of this.
The danger
upbit
kind of sucked.
unrising.
The danger definitely sucked, but she's also just not vibing with the cold. The water is less of a concern. It's more the cold. She really hates cold. She's a lizard. She wants to be warm.
I can vibe with that. Except in the opposite. I hate being hot.
Well, if you had no hair on your body, maybe you would also. She's got less insulation, okay? So the rain is just like the cold air is just like fur. I mean, she's literally wearing a tank top with some light armor on top and a pair of shorts. So she's pretty cold.
Yeah, I mean, you may have to. To be fair, it was like it's almost summer, so like you were expecting warmer weather.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's like, find me a nice warm rock to crawl under, and I'll be good.
During downtime, I might make you some clothes, but don't ask where the silk came from.
Ethically sourced.
You heard it here. Dusk makes butt silk. Not Makiwa. Dust specifically makes butt silk.
Oh no.
Go Web, go. Durak, how are you doing?
Durak is almost enraged due to his ancestry bloodline of the undead. His hate.
Mm-hmm.
He's been taught ever since he's been a child to destroy the undead. It is the greatest enemy there's been.
He's been reactivated as a sleeper agent about.
Yeah. In the Skeleton War.
And we're back at the Torrentmoot, right?
Yeah, you guys are at the Torrentmoot. We're packing all your things, getting ready to move out.
Yeah.
I don't have much to pack. I didn't carry much with me. I stand on the cliff of the camp and just look at the earth, and with almost like the rage of a barbarian, just punch the earth as hard as he can.
Mm-hmm.
As a way of meditation from what his master taught him to control himself, to think ahead and try to shoulder the burdens of others. He must have a calm mind. So he's trying to find peace.
Searching for inner peace amidst this affront to your ancestry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that is very poignant because the orcs have a less than pleasant history with the undead, being enslaved by Tarbafan, the Whispering Tyrant, a powerful lich who basically corrupted a lot of orc holds and used them as his personal foot soldiers.
I have a question.
Yes, Abigail.
Since my orc clan is the one, what is the
It is the blah, 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 blah. Defiled corpse is what it is. Sorry, I couldn't remember it off the top of my head.
I never asked this. Since Durak hates dead bodies so much, would he have recognized that symbol?
I mean, I don't hate dead bodies. It's just like
the dead.
It's the undead.
Yeah, once they're dead again, it's fine. But...
Yeah, as long as you're dead, it's cool. But like once you become undead, then it's like, okay, no, you need to be dead again. Mm-hmm. What would he have an opinion on that? I guess I never asked that.
I think that hold is not a necromantic hold, right? I don't think there's any orc clan that believes in necromancy.
So I'm looking it up actually on the Pathfinder wiki because I don't really know much.
Doesn't say the players.
I couldn't find it in the player's guide, but apparently the defiled corpse hold, also known as the Death Tower hold, apparently they worship Zagresh, which is one of the orc deities. Zagresh the Destroyer, and they are one of the most dangerous orc tribes. They delight in torturing captives, but they often torture themselves as a sign of endurance and devotion, which results in their horrifying appearance. So you got the crazy the crazy kill 'em all orc tribe.
I think the reason why they're called defiled corpse is probably because one, they're probably overzealous with killing. Nothing probably to actually do with the undead. It's just
as far as I know, it has nothing to do with. Well, apparently there are some necromancers who pay homage to Zagresh as a god of undead, but
I don't think that would fly though.
Yeah,
so it's a pretty border group. Like they're not doing undead shit, but they're like cousins with them.
Is this a first edition hold, or is it second edition?
I think so.
Because I think they revamped a lot of the orc backgrounds in 2nd edition.
Yeah, I think they did. That's all the information I know of.
Anyway, so I'd like to add to that Trizlin is just, Trizlin is very much a gentle soul. So she just really hate that people desecrate bodies by bringing them back to life. Mm-hmm. It's just such a tragedy. She's a little more fervent with killing when the creature's undead.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty easy moral stance to take.
Trizlin's always Trizlin likes to go out of her way to be a kind and sociable creature because she knows that it's, one, because it's just her personality, but also just because Trizlin wants to combat the fact of what she is a part of, I guess, She's always afraid someone will see her tribal or think poorly of her, but she's just a kind little gecko lady who's kind of trying to live, trying to sing, trying to make others happy.
Are you singing now?
In the rain?
Yes.
Do you want me to sing, Durok?
No, I'm just asking.
She doesn't. If you are. He's not asking you to sing, Abby. He's asking if Trizlin is singing.
Yeah. All right.
No, I said that in character. I said, "Do you want me to sing, Durok?"
Well, no, I'm asking, were you? Were you singing?
I take requests.
I'm just asking out loud.
Huh? Any requests? Any particular songs anyone wants to hear?
So Passing Orc says, "Do you know Singing in the Rain?"
Sure. 1, 2, 3.
Trizlin bursts out into song and is just dancing around the camp. Everyone is.
Sayuri totally joins in to dance.
Everyone's kind of just side-eyeing you for this
I will
really
say,
inappropriate tonal clash.
I'll look to the bard. It's do you know the?
I don't know that song.
What are bards? The ballads? Ballads?
Yeah.
You know the ballad of the fall of the Whispering King?
Whispering Tyrant.
It's been a minute since that one. I'd have to give it a moment just to. So she's just kind of doing her scales. Ooh da.
I assume most people are almost probably shaken and panicked, so I want to almost rally them with Trizlin's music to make them remember and make them know that we have to not fight, but always stay strong.
A rallying anthem, if you will.
Yeah, a rallying anthem.
This is called the Ballad of the what?
The Whispering
I just made
Tyrant.
it up.
He made it up.
I made it up.
It's a game where we make things up.
So she starts off singing she starts off and she's singing, and it's more of a low melodical
Droning.
Not droning.
I don't know.
No, it's just like a low melodical opening to the song. Almost sounds a little sad until, of course, you hit to a certain key progression, and there's a shift in speed and
ferocity.
Shift in yes. There's a ferocity, almost of an orc ferocity.
I have that.
And it's just and she finishes off the end of the song with the vaulting, pure-hearted screech of pure passion and devotion.
And then lightning strikes.
A song about terrible times and terrible things happening to so many, suffering and indignity. But then of course the tyrant is taken down by the true warriors, or the warriors of the time. They band together and bring peace to the nation once again.
And some people clap as they're going about their business.
Then they do the Nika dance.
Yeah. Do you hear the drums of liberation? Dun, 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 dun. So, Torrentmoot is abuzz as the attendees prepare to leave. Some work with practiced, grim efficiency, while others seem to be near panic. Devore crams writing implements into his bags as Grothlin Zor barks orders at frazzled attendees, directing them to load supplies. Kestrel Windstrike paces the perimeter, her eyes sharp and wary as she grasps a holy symbol tight in her hand. everywhere one looks. There are items to be packed, mounts to saddle or hitch to wagons, and supplies to be loaded.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead once I finish singing. I'm gonna go and help.
Okay. There are a number of things to do. If you would like to do one of them, there are animals to wrangle. There's equipment to load. There's equipment to repair as well, and management to do, and route planning that needs to be done.
We need
Guess
to
I
prepare.
will load.
That would be crafting.
We'll leave
I'm
that
gonna
to
do
you.
that.
Okay.
Sounds like we might need that. Nice. 3, I assume that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, you see that that there's all sorts of ropes tangled about, minor repairs that were supposed to be done later that need to happen now, and other unforeseen problems that slow down the preparations. So you assist in these repairs, and your tiny hands are able to get in and manipulate things that some of the orcs with their larger appendages are unable to do quite as gracefully.
I'm gonna help with the animals.
Okay.
Is that a nature?
Indeed. Or stabling lore, if you happen to have stabling lore. Oh, natural 20. So yeah, some of the horses are kind of uneasy and freaking out. You know, horses are very prone to sudden bouts of fear or anxiety, and you're able to calm them with a gentle touch and reassure the horses, bringing some order back to the caravan.
What was the last two you said? Management
Planning a
and what?
route. There's management and planning a route.
I would like to work on planning the route.
Okay, so for planning a route, you would need Belkson lore, mercantile lore, or nature.
That's fine. Wait, I'm untrained, so I'm pretty sure I can't do that. Most
Yeah,
of us
you-
can.
Well, you can roll that untrained. You just you don't know. You're not any help.
Is helping loading, is that just a...
Athletics or perception.
I just write down an account of what's been happening instead.
help load?
Okay. Ooh. Well, okay. Actually, before we move on from this, I did want to give everyone a hero point back for excellent roleplay
Oh, nice.
just now. So
I'll use one.
I think I'll have one now.
Really?
Right? What amazing timing.
Yeah. Wow.
You didn't
Okay.
do much better.
A 19 is a success. So you're able to carry some heavy boxes. You see that some of the attendees of the camp were a little bit less than practical about what equipment to bring along. And there's boxes, barrels, crates full of food and drink that need to get loaded up. So you're able to help haul some of these things. I'm sure you know what that's like, Tyler.
Yeah. Keep it close to home.
Makiwa,
Lift your back.
you sort of approach Ardax's tent, inside of which you see that Ardax with some of his scouts have a map of Belkson on the table in front of them. You are unable to contribute to the conversation, but you do hear that Ardax is planning to send everyone to a place known as Cleft Head Hold.
Huh.
I think that's everybody. So,
We only can do one thing at a time.
yeah.
Alright.
Oh no, you can do 2 of them. I'm sorry, because you bought so much
Okay.
time.
And I will do a route check. Unless...
What's left? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you have time to do one more activity, and it can be the same one if you just want to keep on with what you're doing. There's so much work that needs to be done that you don't have to do only one thing.
No.
What's left other than the plant?
There is management and prioritization.
What are the roles for those?
Those are diplomacy or mercantile lore.
That's to help load things.
Great, that's another success, Duroc.
Can I help with the route?
Okay.
24.
Okay, 24 is also a success. You guys are contributing splendidly.
21 for my diplomacy check.
Okay, so Trizolin, after you finish with the animals getting horses and oxen and other beasts of burden hitched up to leave, you see that the camp is in pretty great disarray, at least logistically speaking. Clearly no one had planned on the camp turning into a caravan, so there are tempers and egos to manage as well as practical considerations to account for. So you're able to settle some disputes between members of the camp and help bring people's attention and moods back to the matter at hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makiwa, would you like to try again?
Yes, Makiwa, would you like to do one of the aforementioned tasks.
Yeah, can I what if I help with the management, what would I be rolling?
It would be diplomacy or mercantile lore.
Let me do that.
You do have mercantile lore, don't you? Okay, a 19 is a success, so you're able to work with Trizalin to settle down the members of the camp. In fact, you all did excellent there, so you are able to really get a head start on this travel. As you all finish your tasks, you see Ardax emerge from his tent. He's just as soaked as the rest of you. He comes to the center of the camp and stands on his log bench, which you've seen him stand atop numerous times up to this point.
Don't slip.
Yeah, don't slip. He stands atop the bench in the center of what was, until a few minutes ago, Torrentmoot. A tangle of carts, pack animals, and people are still arranging themselves into a line. His voice carries through the sound of the rain and over this business of final preparations. My scouts have confirmed that swarms of undead threaten to overtake the area. Traveling to Urgir is too risky for a group this size. A worried muttering ripples through the crowd, though it stills as Ardax raises a hand. I will go to Urgir and raise the alarm, while some of my warriors escort you to safety. They will take you east to Cleft Head Hold. The ruler there, Khazard, has a fort with strong defenses near the border with Ustala. It's important for us to work together. The countryside is filling with undead, and there have always been other dangers in Belkson. But we will find a way to get through this if we stand united as we were meant to. Till we meet again, friends. And everyone in the...
He's not going to give us a letter of recommendation?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's sending some of his soldiers, for lack of a better term, with you, so they'll be able to vouch for you all. So, you learn that the path to the Cleft Head Hold is roughly 60 miles away from Torrentmoot. In fact, let's go to the map on Foundry here.
Map.
I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map. So, you all are, of course, in Torrentmoot. You see that Urgir is somewhat close, well, relatively close to the southeast, but even that is too far away. So the place that Ardax has proposed is much closer.
Well,
there we go.
So wouldn't you have to go back?
So that is
river?
sort of the path you will be trekking along.
Nice.
Eastwardly. So normally, in ideal conditions, this trip would take about 3 days of travel. However, because of the storms now rolling through Belkson and drenching the road and obscuring visibility, and additionally with your sort of ramshackle group of carts and people on foot and horses, not to mention the roaming swarms of undead, it will take an additional day of travel. So we're going to have a little bit of downtime here in between different events that happen. And by downtime, I mean like, a day here, a day there. It's only 4 days in total. Basically a quick trip.
Yeah. Just a jaunt.
A light jaunt. So you all set out. The camp has been roughly converted into this caravan of carts and wagons and animals and mostly people walking on foot. Fortunately, because of your preparations and because of your swift action in evacuating everyone back to camp, you start with a sizable amount of people, supplies, and morale. These will be tracked in terms of caravan points, and I will say you actually start with a pretty high number.
What's our number?
Well, if you must know, the number is 21.
21?
So you don't want it to fall below 9 because things will get pretty bad, and then basically it'll get worse and worse from there. So eventually the caravan could potentially dissolve, and you would lose, everyone to people going their separate ways and all that.
So it hasn't been like a rest yet, right? We haven't slept. It's been a night.
No,
so
you have
running around the same day.
Yeah, it is still the same day. You have not had a chance to rest longer than a few minutes at a time.
So did we come from back?
So the way that you were, I think you guys were like effectively like up here-ish.
Yeah.
Because you had to come down, then go across the river.
And we have to go back across the river again?
Yes, you'll have to ford the river, Oregon Trail style.
Oh no.
Yeah. Hopefully no one dies of dysentery. Once per day on this trip, you can each perform a exploration activity called Bolster the Caravan, which you spend your time performing tasks that tend to the well-being of everyone involved, such as caring for the sick and injured, searching for supplies in the countryside, or cheering the spirits of your fellow travelers in an attempt to help the caravan get through the challenges it faces. You tell me what you want to do, and then I'll tell you what the applicable skill would be to roll for that. And if you succeed, you can improve your caravan standing, and hopefully you don't critically fail.
Kudos sounded like the exact same thing. Could you repeat the list again?
I said, well, it's not really a list. These are just examples, but just things like caring for the sick and injured, searching for supplies in the countryside, or cheering the spirits of your fellow travelers. This isn't like a discrete list. Like, you can do whatever you think would be helpful, and then I will tell you what to roll for it.
Okay, I want to treat everyone's dysentery.
Okay, so you want to help provide for, the sick and injured around the camp, so go ahead and make a medicine check, and this will represent the first day of travel.
21.
Okay, 21 is a
21.
success. Gain a caravan point. What would everyone else like to do?
Oh, you know what Trizzy's gonna do.
Yeah, you're gonna sing a song of your people.
Sing me the song of your
Beat
people.
the corpses.
Oh, additionally,
Woohoo!
holy cow. Okay, before we get to that, there is a special effect of this action, this activity, I should say. It says skill feats and abilities that amplify a character's ability to find sustenance, such as the forager feat for survival, or affect the attitude of large groups, such as group impression for diplomacy, improve a success to a critical success. Additionally, clever use of appropriate spells, items, or abilities at the GM's discretion could also have the same effect. So, Trizalin, you put on sort of like a oratory performance for everyone. You recite like an epic ballad that tells a story. Why don't you tell me what you sing about?
I sing the epic ballad, an epic ballad about people being displaced from their home and having to journey 1,000 miles.
Oh, just regular Trail of Tears music.
And I walked 10,000 miles and...
Quiet, Tyler. She said, Trizzy, what are you doing? Not Tyler. Anyway, so I sing this ballad about the having to walk leagues and leagues, but overcoming and persevering and forging ahead in dark times and reaching your destination and being able to be free once more.
Okay, so everyone is really enjoying it, and you help pass the time as this song sort of tells the story of this migration that you describe. It sort of helps everyone pass the time at, sort of the medieval version of listening to an audiobook.
That's what I'm here for, baby.
That's exactly what you're here for.
That's just me on a car ride.
I still have potable water in my...
Yeah, and it's still raining, so, it's a renewable resource.
Yeah. So I'm gonna maybe give it a quick boil to make sure it's actually still clean since it's been raining into it, and then offer it. Maybe is there a way without actually spending money I can put some not an actual potion, but I collect some plants and herbs from the area that I know are helpful for keeping people healthy and boosting energy and making people feel good and stuff like that. Throw them in the water.
Yeah, what you're describing is the long practiced magic of cooking.
Yeah, pretty much. But herbalist cooking, where it's not really food.
So you're making tea.
Meat. It's not for filling. I'm making tea. Yes, I'm making a massive tea to give out.
So
you're right.
make a nature check.
I am describing. That wasn't. Oh, it's bad.
It's 14 is a failure, but not a critical failure. So you make some really grassy tea, and keeps people hydrated, but doesn't particularly have any beneficial effect.
It works.
I want to comfort people in the caravan.
Okay, so that would be a diplomacy check.
Maybe I should have just made a soup.
Okay, 23 is a success. So, as you make your way away from Torrentmoot, eventually you come to the river once more. Rolling down the river. It's about 3 hours after setting off from Torrentmoot. You hear, feel, and see that the rain has finally abated.
Nice.
And you're no longer getting soaked to your core. And the ground has greedily absorbed most of the moisture already. Even so, the terrain remains mostly dry, with little mud or plant life. Up ahead is a shallow ravine filled with a rushing torrent that splits off from the annual floodwaters. Debris and scattered items flow down the churning waters, evidence of those who attempted to cross unprepared. You see that Grothlin is working to direct the more cumbersome and awkward parts of the caravan, putting her fearsome reputation to good use, but she can't handle so many issues at once, so she's asking you all to find a way across and help make the crossing safer for the rest of the group.
We'll pull Moses and punch away through the river.
Okay, so you all are, I would guess, on the southern side of the river.
Not yet.
I know, I am physical on the map. Drag out the Meeple-mobile. So, you approach the river, you see that it is about 10 feet wide, and then within 5 feet of the shore, the water is 2 feet deep and counts as difficult terrain, so you could stand in the water efficiently close to the shoreline. Although, Sayuri, you would probably have some difficulties with standing in that deep of water.
Stand on my shoulders.
Beyond that, you would need to make athletics checks to swim due to the rushing waters.
Can I like look at the bank across the whole section that we have and see if anywhere looks more like sturdy or clear or less like dangerous than others?
Yeah, so I would say make a nature check.
Look at this nature. See what I got an 8.
Okay, so you look around and it's hard to really tell. The earth around the river here is so like cracked and dried that when it was hit with so much water, a lot of it just kind of crumbled away, and you're not quite sure which areas, even if they look stable, would hold up under like the weight of an entire caravan. You see places where you think you could probably safely stand on them, but you have no idea whether they would hold up under the weight of everything. So,
do I see like debris collecting anywhere on the riverbank, like enough that maybe I could make something?
Yeah, I mean, there's wood there's wood in the caravan. So y'all's job is to come up with a plan, very freeform, that involves getting the caravan across the river, which includes addressing the following issues, being transporting carts, coaxing pack animals across, and helping those too weak or injured to cross on their own.
Okay.
And you can use all of the, abilities, spells, that kind of thing at your disposal.
I'm gonna help with the pack animals. I assume that would be a nature.
Yes. So right now, doing that would just push them through the river. You'd just be fording it like Oregon Trail style.
Can I craft? I don't know, fellow party members looking at this river. Do you think crafting some sort of bridge would be the best way to call it? I know it would take some more time, but we have an entire caravan, or at least maybe some kind of a rope, something to hold on to or attach these two to go across to secure us,
Yeah.
For the people who can walk, and for the bigger animals, I'm thinking someone leading them with a rope and them holding onto the rope might be sufficient. It's a whole ass bridge to be sturdy for a caravan might be.
Well, you don't have to put the entire caravan on it at once.
Right.
Yeah. It's just
just a few logs or something that we can get people across a few at a time.
The wagons mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the pack animals.
Yeah.
Who's got the best crafting? Who can
I would say that is you're probably the only one with training in crafting.
I have training.
Oh, we're the same. So I can give it a try, and then if I fail.
Yeah, so you would need to make a crafting check to fashion a bridge.
Oh, heck
Whoa.
yes.
Okay, natural 20. That's a critical success. So you're able, the numbers start flowing in your mind, and you see the outline of a bridge over this space, and Breath of the Wild style, you just start, or Tears of the Kingdom style, you start grabbing, you start instructing people to grab logs and wooden planks and nail them together in the proper fashion, and you're checking the torque on certain areas and doing all the mechanical calculations to make that happen. So you indeed make a excellent bridge.
Nice.
That was going to be a good roll. The bridge roll was needed.
I was trying to mitigate how traumatized I was when you said Tears of the Kingdom, because I started thinking about when Fern was playing it.
Well, you don't have a glider, so
No, but I just remember
it's just
Fern
like
playing
Fern.
it, and it was just like,
Yeah.
oh god, Fern, please stop.
Wasted.
Fern's like, I died again. You do that, hun, a lot.
Okay, so I'm gonna place just a drawing on here that will indicate the bridge. It's gonna be very crude, but
Make it crude instead.
shut up, Tyler.
Bridge.
Gotta add builder of bridges to my resume.
Build your own bridge to get over it. You pull out just a big old plank and just put it down.
Bridge over troubled water. So I placed it up to the north here.
Oh. It's like, I don't see it.
Unless you'd like it somewhere else, I could put it here.
I don't like it there.
Well,
I just
have
figured
to
it looked
rotate
up.
it.
It looked like it was an incline up there. I wasn't sure
There
if
you
you
go.
could.
That's close
Bridge.
enough.
Bridge.
So I think the two of us should stay on this side, and two of us should go to the other side with some people, or one on one side. I don't know, two on one side, one on the other. Like maybe one on this side, two on the
Yeah.
other, and one going back and forth. Something like
The old
that.
fox and hens puzzle.
Well, this,
So who's?
If Makiwa is left alone with the chicken, he'll eat it.
with this bridge
Maybe.
being such a great success, do people need help still?
Yeah, I mean, mostly the animals and like maneuvering the carts and stuff like that. However,
So Trislan's got the.
something happens as you guys are testing out this
Oh, no.
bridge. You hear the sound of a creature erupting from the water, and we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative.
Are we still immune to battle meds? Has it belonged?
Yeah, you can take that off. It's been 3 hours, so
So would the guidance immunity go away? too
yeah,
then?
yeah. Any effects you can take off. And Sayuri, you can use your crafting roll for initiative. Sayuri, you are up first.
I'm first. Oh, okay. I don't got a lot. So first of all, I'm gonna try to, since I don't got a lot of weapons and shit, I'm gonna check and see what I know about this thing in front of me.
Okay. What question would you like to ask about it?
Just, do I know what it is, and do I know any weaknesses it has? Or like strength, like defense, I guess.
Those are 2 questions.
Oh, 2 questions. Okay, so weaknesses.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a religion check if you have it.
Oh, I don't. Does defenses roll something else?
No, it's because of the type of creature.
Oh, anyone else? Okay, I don't have religion.
I have religion. I'll do it
untrained.
next
Yeah.
time.
You can, yeah. Frizzling can do it on her
Maybe.
turn.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, no, my versatile vials come back with time.
Yeah. Yeah, the creature is also just like swimming at the surface of the water.
Hit it with wood.
I'm gonna use the sticky algae bomb because it doesn't take attacks with this bomb don't take the normal penalties or restrictions for being used in water or underwater. Gain
Okay.
a +1 item bonus to attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna make that. I was hoping with all this water I would be able to do this.
All right, a 25 is a hit. Oh, and I forget because it hasn't acted yet. It's off guard to you.
Oh,
yeah.
So not a crit though. But okay, so it takes 14 points of poison damage.
and this probably doesn't matter, but just in case it does,
So,
if it
yeah,
runs away, it's tagged.
Okay.
Tagged now. So but that was 1.
Mm-hmm.
Screw it. Let's throw it.
Okay.
Well, isn't it acid if it's undead?
It does poison damage.
Does poison or acid damage matter the difference if it's not like?
Usually
they're
undead are
immune.
immune to poison because they're
Yeah.
not alive.
But
So I
toxologist.
do usually have the acid damage on. So does that mean it should be doing it itself then on?
Yeah.
Okay, so
No,
it'll
it says
take
poison.
14 acid damage then.
So and then the second one is less. Oh,
Natural 1.
I'm gonna redo that.
Use your hero point,
Yeah, that's not better.
but it's not a critical failure,
Yeah.
so you still do splash. Well, it's a shame because you rolled max damage, but still only going to take the 2 splash.
Those two didn't do great together. Those wrong.
Okay, you got 1 action remaining.
Can't really do anything else because if I make something, it goes away. Unless
Okay.
you know what?
Demoralize it.
Nah. What?
Demoralize it. Talk shit to it.
Is that something you can do without a skill?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah?
can demoralize.
Unless
Good.
it's mindless.
Oh hell yeah!
But you don't know if it is or not.
Well, I'll try. I'm gonna yell at it that it's a stinky piece of fish poop, and that it could never be Ariel, and that it sucks.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
I'm not really good at being mean. Oh no, I'm not intimidating. I should have thought about that. Let's find out.
Okay, that is a critical failure.
Yeah, now you feel bad about yourself.
Is there a crit
should've
fail
thought-
effect
no.
on Demoralize?
No, I don't think so.
It doesn't even hear you.
It doesn't even notice my tiny little form yelling at it from the side.
Okay.
Oh no.
Has water clogged ears.
Next up is Trizalin. As your attention is turned to this creature, you see that there are similar creatures crawling out of the banks of the river all around you. Not around you, but like towards the caravan, and you see some of the guards are engaged in combat with them. Trizalin, what would you like to do?
I'm going to do my courageous anthem.
Okay.
I'm gonna go, hey, that guy's over there. You should probably hit him. Here's some help.
Okay. Are you gonna do your lingering composition?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm still working on stuff. I go, la 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 la. Oop.
18 is just barely a failure.
Wow, you're telling me I just have to roll higher than a 4?
Yeah.
Impossible.
So I don't.
You do regain the focus point, though.
So I do it, and I'm like, oh, it's not lingering. It's not linger.
You have to
let it linger. Then I'm gonna try to figure out what these bitches are. I'm gonna roll me a religion.
Okay, what is your question about the creature?
What it weakness?
Okay.
Or which one is that? Is that defensive?
Well, really, the way it works is you just ask a question and then you make a secret check, and then I tell you information.
Depending
on what you roll.
And
I
one
always
day
just
we're
get-
gonna get a thaumaturge in this party.
No, we're not.
One day, everyone likes to ask the weaknesses of creatures, and that's like their whole shit.
Okay, so
Okay, I'm gonna roll now.
Okay, make a secret religion check.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay, well you don't know. You don't know anything.
Oops.
You have no idea what this is.
Does anyone else have religion, or is it just me?
I have religion.
Okay, you can try next. And apparently, you have to do it secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently it's kind of unclear as to whether or not you could try again on a failure. It's a little hazy, the rules I made.
Okay, then I cashed.
Okay. Next it is Makiwa's turn.
That
Makiwa.
it is.
Bring us home.
So I'm gonna try to identify the thing.
Okay, make a secret religion check.
Secret religion.
How do you do that?
So when you click on the skill, there's a drop down at the bottom that says where you can select blind GM roll.
I should have done blind, but I did secret.
That's okay.
Or hidden or whatever it is.
Secret means that only you and I can see it. Blind means only I can see it. But yeah, you don't know what this is.
Damn.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, you get a look at this guy. It looks like it was once an orc, but like its green skin is like bubbling, seeping, and like it almost looks like it's slawing off of it. And in places, like the skin is completely gone, and there's just like torn up muscle and bone underneath.
You know what
What's
it is?
that?
It's
I have
the
no
tank.
This is
idea.
what it
You-
looks like.
Attacks it.
It's a zombie.
It's the tank from that one zombie game.
Tank
gonna explode.
From Left 4 Dead.
from Left 4 Dead. Yeah.
Are you meaning a boomer?
We got a boomer
No.
here.
A boom.
She
We
said
get a
something
It's
to
on
boomer.
the big arm.
Yeah, but it's Tubby.
No, the boomer is a
Quick before it
different
starts
one.
ranting.
Yeah,
Trust
yeah.
me,
I'm
I've
just saying.
played a ton of Left 4
Yeah,
Dead.
I'm
Oh,
just
but
saying. It
no,
looks more
okay,
like
yes,
a
Tyler, you were
boomer.
correct. It does look more like a boomer than a tank.
Yeah.
Okay, boomer.
Got some boomer bile here.
I love how you called Tyler a boomer when he's the youngest one here.
I didn't.
I am not.
We're talking about zombies from Left 4 Dead.
I think Perky's the youngest.
Yeah.
So a 13 does not hit
Yes.
it with any
Yeah.
kind of weapon. So I don't know what you were trying to. Oh, your baseball. Yeah, you blast at it, and your bolt goes wide and splashes into the water. Splash.
That tracks.
All right, it is now the creature's turn for its first action. Okay, so first thing it's going to do is, from where it's floating in the water, it pulls off some of its skin. It pulls off the skin from its thigh, just like rips it out and holds it up over the water and chucks it at the nearest creature, who is Durak. That is a 24 to hit you, Durak. Okay, so you take a minus 10 foot circumstance penalty to your speeds for 1 round, and please make me a fortitude save.
Ooh. I want to re-roll that.
Okay, you have a hero point?
Yep.
Okay, a 22 is a success. So you take no additional effects. Then for its second action, it is going to swim up to here, and it just kind of swims and leaps out of the water onto the shore here. And then for its third action...
But does it get hit by my thing?
It was, like, down a little bit when it does that. Like, it was below your reach when it did that.
Okay.
So for its third action, it's going to try and hit you with its fist.
Probably gonna do. Or not. Oh.
It misses. So that is the end of its turn. Durak.
Mountain stand. I'm going to trip him.
Okay, make an athletics check. Okay, 26 is a success, so he falls prone.
Then I'm going to use flurry of blows.
Okay.
Hit him on the ground. Hit him on the ground.
Oop, no, that's supposed to be a lower penalty.
Oh yeah, with the -4 because it's
Yeah.
Are they? No, they're not agile, so it'd be with -5. So 15 does not hit.
Even though it's on the ground?
Yeah, being prone just makes you off guard, so it gives you a -2 to AC. Okay, a 16 also does not hit.
Damn.
So even though it's on the ground, it's able to maneuver around your strikes.
Okay.
You have... Nope, that's your whole turn.
Mhm.
Top of round 2. Sayuri, it's your turn.
Okay, so
Well, he's off guard. There you go.
Oh, actually, Durak, you see... I'm sorry, not to interrupt you, Perky, but yeah, you see as it falls, like, you go to punch at it, but it actually falls and lands at a weird angle, and it kind of rolls a little bit away from your punches, and you see briefly there is, like, an axe embedded in its back. And that
what?
sort of... An axe.
Axe.
Embedded in its back, and that sort of is why it was able to dodge your blows, just the circumstance of that. So yeah, continue, Sayuri.
okay, so we didn't learn shit about this.
Neither shit nor fuck about this creature, but it appears to be some... You think it is probably some sort of undead. I mean, just,
Visuals.
not to judge by appearances, but I mean, who knows? It could be an ooze.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a ghost trap.
Okay.
Let's find out. Right. Oh.
Man, you have been doing bad rolls.
Yeah, been rolling bad. Well, that failed, so I'm gonna do that again. My last file. If I'm striking again this turn, even though it was a fail.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you succeed or fail. But
Oh wait,
an
it wasn't a
11
crit fail though, so it's
It is
still
not a crit fail, so yeah, go ahead and roll the damage so it'll get the splash.
bring that back out. Yeah,
1 point of vitality splash.
a lesser throw, which don't need a lesser throw. I need a better one. Come on.
Woohoo!
Okay.
22 is a hit. Okay, 7 points of vitality damage. And he is enfeebled 1. You have 1 action remaining. Yeah.
Demoralize it.
You
I'm
can't
not
try
trying that again.
No, it's immune.
I am also, that's embarrassing. Sayuri's way too upset to try that again. She's not about to try.
She's
I'm just
blushing.
gonna load my crossbow with a regular bolt for next one.
Okay, next up is Trizzlin.
I'ma try my linger again, and hopefully this time I don't do so bad. I just have to roll better than like 4 or 5. Come on. 13. 27.
Okay, 27 is a success. So y'all get 3 rounds of Courageous Anthem. I love having to edit the duration of the effect on every single character. Well, it's better than having to track it manually.
Then I'm gonna throw a spell.
Okay, you throw that spell.
I'm gonna throw it like it's rotten.
Throw it like it's 1999 or something.
Right, like it was 2001.
Roll! 21.
Okay, a 21 is a hit.
Roll my damage. Come on, high rolls.
Well, there's a 6 in there.
12. That's average.
Okay, so you slice into its skin, slicing off some of the pustules that are formed on it.
Ew.
Makiwa, it is your turn.
That it is. So, I did a spell last turn. So I think that means that your boy can unleash the psyche. I'm in an encounter. I cast a spell on previous turn, and I'm not stupefied. Boom. Psyche unleashed. Apply effect. So
Makiwa
now-
goes to 100%. What does that look like, Makiwa?
Well, see, I've actually been thinking about this, like, about what the, like, physical manifestation of my psychic power looks like, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's, like, sort of like a dark purple emanation with big long appendages that come off of it, almost like spider legs that reach towards my enemies. Just kind of like writhing and reaching. Yeah, so that's happening.
Not beating them druid allegations.
Then I'm gonna sigh first.
Okay, it's a reflex save.
And here's my
Well, it rolls a natural 20, so no damage.
Heck yeah. Oh, it rolls a natural. Oh.
yeah. Okay, that's fine. It was only my first action. So then I'm gonna phase bolt. 20 to hit.
20 is a hit.
Nice. Roll damage.
All right, 9 points of piercing damage. All right, you see the bolt just like make an indent in its fleshy body, in like the stomach area. But like, whereas a normal person's body, the skin would just puff back out, it just stays indented.
Oh.
That's gross.
Hydrate.
Okay, it is the creature's turn, and it is laying there on the ground, and it begins to pick itself up, and it speaks to you all, and it says,
I will take your skin.
Oh.
I like my pink skin.
so it stands up from prone,
You can have my pre-shed skin. I did a shedding a couple weeks ago.
and then for its second action, it is going to step over here. Then for
And I hit it.
well, it made a step, which
I
the
thought
step action.
that one.
The step action does not provoke reactions.
I thought that was only with the.
No, that's not just with the attack of opportunity. The text of the step action says it doesn't provoke reactions. So, and then for its third action, it is going to swing a fist at the pretty pink-skinned Sayuri. Well, and that's an 18 to hit.
I have 19.
Just barely misses you.
I'm so small. Benefit of being small. Sometimes they miss.
Okay, that is its turn. Duroc.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing. Try to drop it.
Okay, drop it in the same manner as if it were hot.
Drop it like it's hot.
27 is a hit. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a athletics check. So it does fall in the same manner as if it were heated.
And then flurry of blows.
Okay.
Ooh, you're just like bullying it right now. Like you're just like tripping it and then beating it up.
Well, not beating it.
Okay. Both of those attacks miss.
Fury of blow.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're just hitting it in the body, and it's just like making skin slapping sounds as your fists just don't really do anything to it. Just
I love that he got the same result.
yeah. Well, that happens sometimes.
12, 12.
It's like a random number generator.
12, 12.
We need
And
that.
12, 12.
You have one action remaining.
12,
Duroc.
12. You have one more.
You have one action remaining. Oh, I'm sorry. What you gonna do when they come?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I'm trying to predetermine what everyone's going to do.
I'm gonna crossbow and then pull out my corset knife and start stabbing because that's all I got left.
I'll move right here.
Okay, you step over there. Okay. Next up, Sayuri.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna shoot it with my crossbow first.
Okay, from 5 feet away.
Yup, right in the face if I can.
Does he look like a bitch?
Just
So yeah, 19 is a hit because it is prone.
not a big one.
All right, 2 points of piercing damage.
Got it.
Okay, so you
Minimum
shoot a
damage.
bolt, and you shoot it directly towards its neck, and the bolt completely fails to pierce the skin. It just gets enveloped in the folds of its loose skin.
Love it.
Ew.
Love it.
He
What do
was
you do now?
3 feet in front of you.
Well, she hit him. It just didn't damage him.
No, I know. I was quoting Mulan.
Yeah.
How could you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you.
And then I think I got beefy health still. He missed me. I'm feeling brave. I'm gonna just stab him with my corset.
Okay.
Oh, heck
25
yeah.
is
I
a
hit
hit.
him. Nice.
Okay, you bring
Nice
down the
damage.
dagger, and you hit him right in the solar plexus, but at the last second, the blade slips off his skin, and he just whispers to you, and he says,
Your skin looks delicious.
Oh no. I mean, it does. I look like candy, probably, but no.
Trizalin, it is your turn.
So it seems like he doesn't take piercing damage.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Starting to maybe think that too.
Well, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do another projectile.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident with what I'm doing, so I'm gonna just do some more slash.
Okay.
Who knows if I'm actually doing this good? I mean, You did say I've been making contact, right?
Seems like it. You cut off some of its skin earlier. You don't know if that's good or bad for this kind of creature.
I feel like it's the best one to go with, though.
It's of all the ones to go with, it certainly is one of.
Okay, whatever, Sarah.
It's one of the top 3 options.
Shush.
Okay.
Take that, 28.
28 is a critical hit.
Hell yeah.
Roll, my pretties. Ooh,
All right, 10
20.
points of slashing damage.
20.
Oh, right, because it's not doubled. All right, 20 points of slashing damage, and you slice off one of its arms, which just drops to the ground in a disgusting puddle of flesh. It's got, and the like fat and muscle underneath is curdled like cottage cheese,
Ew. Nasty.
and it
Really?
you've damaged it, but it doesn't scream or cry out in pain. Makiwa, it is your turn.
Take us home, Makiwa. Take us home.
First, so my psyche's still unleashed, so I'm going to
Okay, so it gets a reflex save. Okay, what's the DC?
18.
18. Yeah, no, it succeeds, so it'll take half damage. 7 half to 3.
Okay. Well, that's not enough. Then we're gonna void warp instead of spirit.
Okay.
Psyche's unleashed.
Okay, seeing some 4s. Unfortunately, this creature is undead and is immune to void damage.
Oof, no psyche to attack.
Okay, well, I guess it gets another turn. You guys have fun.
Okay, so it stands up, then for its second action, it will swing its remaining fist at Sayuri. 15 misses, and then for its its last action, it's going to make its second attack with its fist. Another 15, if you can believe that.
He's having my luck as well.
Yeah.
I was too small to intimidate, but I'm too small for him to get.
All right, Durak, it's your turn.
He's off guard, right?
Take us home,
Blink?
Durak.
Yes, because you're flanking. Can you
Alright.
take us home, Durak? On the country roads.
Do some damage, I guess.
Launch the missiles,
Try
do some
to.
damage.
What commercial are you getting that from?
That's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh.
The movie.
Sounds like a commercial to,
specifically. Okay, 26 is a hit. 17 is a miss.
Roll for the 26.
It rolls a fort save. Okay, it gets a critical success on its saving throw, so it is not stunned.
Oh, no.
And it takes 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you land a good blow, like, to its spine, and you draw your fist back, and, like, you hear
Push
the
that
bones
axe
crack,
in.
but, like, the spot where you punched is just sunken in. It does not rise back up like living tissue. This thing is disgusting, if I haven't made that abundantly clear.
Oh, you have. Don't worry.
Good. I'm glad to know that. I like it when you suffer.
And then I hit it again. Try to.
13 does not hit.
Okay, Sayuri, take
Like
us
a
home.
hockey fight.
Take us home, Sayuri. I'm just gonna keep saying that until somebody beats this guy.
Well, I don't have shit other than my torch, so I'm gonna bludgeon him with my torch. It says that it is an improvised weapon that deals 1d4 bludgeoning damage plus 1 fire damage.
Okay.
So I'm gonna is putting away my weapon an action?
You can drop it as a free action, which
And then
just drops
obviously
it
at
on
the
the
end
ground.
of battle, I pick it
Yeah,
up.
you would have to come back and pick it up. Usually we just assume that you pick it up out of combat.
Brought my
'cause
corset knife.
Ain't nobody
onto
got
the
time for
ground.
that.
I pull out my torch. Is it gonna let
Well, it wouldn't be lit,
show up the
so
weapon?
it's
It
not gonna
does.
do. It's not gonna do fire damage because it isn't lit right now. I don't know what kind of action economy you would need to light a torch. It's not like you can just keep the fire in your pocket.
That's true. I mean, I am an alchemist, so maybe eventually, but not now. So 1d4 bludgeoning then. Oh, it does show up. Oh my god, I love it.
It would probably just be an interact action to light it.
I use one
one
drop. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna light it. I'm gonna interact with it and light it,
Okay.
and then strike. Wait, no. Drop my knife, pull it out, light it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't do all. I can't.
So
no,
you
no,
can't
So
you
Drop
can't
is
do
free.
it with just one action.
drop is
It depends on how you're lighting it.
drop is free. You're right. That's why I dropped it.
So you would need something to light it with, such as flint and steel or a tinder twig.
I
Known
had
as a
flint
match
and steel.
at the
Where the
rope.
heck did that go? I'll worry about that later. I'm just gonna bludgeon him.
Okay,
Fine.
you can just hit him with it. I mean, a torch that isn't lit is just a club, pretty much.
Right. I'm still just bonk.
You miss.
Oh.
Yeah, you do take a penalty because it's an improvised weapon.
Cool. That's pulled out my torch and I fucking missed.
All right, Trizalin, take us home.
Take us home. I'm trying, but I got one animal on one side and one on the other side, and they about to start beefing.
As long as they're not going to start porking.
Ew, Sarah.
I'm making a meat joke.
20.
20 is a hit. Just exactly.
Damn, this thing is...
I mean, a 20 AC is pretty typical for a creature.
Roll for the
at this
damage.
level. Please, roll.
Come on.
Oh, that's a lot. 13 points of damage. Describe your kill, please.
I pick up a dagger. I pick up like a dagger off the ground and I
How about Trizzlin's dagger?
Yes.
Well, dagger is piercing damage. You would need a blade, not a...
You use the blunt side of the the handle.
I pick up some sharp, like, pieces of glass out of the ground, and I send them flying, and they slice through his carotid as he bleeds out.
Well, he doesn't really have much blood left, but...
Okay, well, I pick up something sharp, and I swirl it at him, and it decapitates him.
Okay, so the head flies off. The body flops to the ground in a disgusting pile that is more liquid than it is solid. And the head lands directly in Sayuri's open arms. And it just like lolls, the mouth lolls to the side, and you have like saliva and like liquefied flesh just oozing out of its mouth, and you hear it just say,
Pretty skin.
Oh, I scream and drop it.
okay. Well, it looks like you have solved the nasty guy puzzle.
Nasty guy puzzle.
And so, additionally, you are able to, after that, get the caravan across the river. So, for the last thing in this session... one thing before you go. It does have that axe in its back. You pull it out, and it does detect as magical.
Magic
let's
axe.
check that out. What would you like me to roll for that one?
Arcana, if you have it.
24.
Okay, that's enough. This is... and... put your listening ears on. This is a +1 underwater striking battle axe.
Okay.
So it's a +1 battle axe with a striking rune and an underwater rune.
Oh, you're underwater?
I'm underwater,
The Rocky want that as a
now
backup?
I'm on fire. I'm sure he has proficiency
true.
in martial weapons.
Who, what, when?
You.
You.
Me?
You.
I'm not gonna use them.
Oh, no, you don't. You only have simple and unarmed.
I'm a monk.
So who could even...
I don't think
Strip it of
anyone
its
has
runes.
proficiency in martial weapons.
Okay, so we'll sell. Is there any stuff we can pry off of it?
Yeah,
Well,
the runes.
it's got 3 runes on it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Is that striking potency, and you said underwater?
Underwater is the other rune.
Yeah. Let's just take the room.
Oh, Trizzlin is trained in martial weapons.
Oh, Trislin. Do you want it?
Our bard is the only one that can do martial weapons.
Yeah, they're a jack of all trades.
All trades Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I just have no
I
use
am
is
for
the problem.
real.
It's up to you. I mean, otherwise you can just put
I'm
it in the
doing
stash
such
and...
let's just put it in the loot, in the stash for now, and we'll just determine later.
Yeah.
Once I have some time to think about it.
Okay. So as I'm putting this in the stash, you all need to make a caravan check to determine how the caravan progresses over the course of this activity. So one of you, doesn't matter who, needs to make a flat check.
Ooh.
A flat check is just a d20. That's why it's flat, because there's no bonuses.
Oh. So you get... Oh. I mean, I've been rolling like shit, so I'm going to say not me.
14. That's not the best, but it's something.
14? Okay, so because you have 19 or more caravan points, the DC is 7. So that is a regular success, which means the caravan overcomes the obstacle or challenge sufficiently, and you gain 1 caravan.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
and I think that is where we're going to call it for today.
Nice.
Heck
So next week we will continue this wagon train and find out what other troubles await you all as you travel across Belkson. So, as always, I want to thank everyone who is watching live on Twitch, everyone who is watching in the future on YouTube or wherever this episode gets posted. I want to thank my co-stars here for coming out, playing their characters, being awesome, kicking ass, chewing bubblegum, all that good stuff.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for kicking our ass.
For providing the ass to kick. Oh, trust me, I've got ass for days. I want to thank my subscribers here on Twitch, as well as my supporters on Patreon, where you can get early access to newly published episodes, the edited versions, of course, as well as, tons of other stuff that I make. And lastly, read my book, or I'll come to your house and we will have a nice long talk about where you've gone wrong in your life. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.